Alright, sorry guys for the extremely late delay. I'll be your host again, Andrew, and with me is Thomas Sharp, Jonathan
How's it
Crespo,
going?
and Henry Chen. And today tonight, we're gonna talk about. First, we're gonna start with extra boosters. Then we're gonna go on to talking about the upcoming New York regionals. Alright, so before we start the Bruna set, do you guys have anything you want to point out about the set since it's recently new?
The sneak peek just happened, so I don't think people are too hype about it right now. I don't see that much people. I don't see that many people going crazy for it. So I don't know what to say.
Okay.
Honestly, I didn't know anything about. I didn't know there was a sneak peek for this until yesterday, so I'm actually interested to see what new support Bermuda got after the last support from the extra booster. I want to see if they got anything extra to help them go back on top of the metagame.
I thought the set had a cool gimmick between two different color schemes that you can get. That's kind of cool. And now they have a restanding Vanguard, so they might win, which is awesome, I guess.
Yeah, isn't it a little bit weird that last year Bermudas came out before singles regional, the same thing happened again?
Yeah.
I mean last year it was the two trial decks that came out before regionals, and I played trial deck Liberator with Duke. I saw some people play Vowing Sword, but less Vowing Sword, more Gansalot than anything else.
Cancel deck.
We always get a release like shortly before regionals in the New York area. There's something always comes out right around the same time.
But this year it's right on a sneak peek instead, so I don't know.
Well, and then like Bermuda's is for it, so like that's kind of it's literally a month away at this point. So to me it's still kind of a quick release because it takes people time to get their cards together. The set 13, where it was literally like the day of regionals, that doesn't really happen normally.
I remember scrambling to get the forecast breakers ready, and especially since everyone valued them that high.
I still got them.
Oh, but I was playing it the day of release.
Yeah. Alright, so let's go on to the set before we start the tangents again.
Nothing wrong with it.
Alright, so first thing is going to be Iori.
Iori, okay. Well, you should have told me, because I would have done the thing. Which one's Iori?
Alright, now.
Is it the
It's the first one.
first one? Okay, got this.
Yeah.
Alright, can you poke it on my screen?
Yeah, got it.
Alright, cool. Oh, we lost Thomas.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Alright, so pretty much what it does is just when you're at limit break, you can bounce a Bermuda to your hand, switch your deck for two cards of the same name, then put it to your hand. It's basically great for pulling off duos effects. When duos pretty much needs like two other copies of itself in your hand when you bounce, so you can do another effect. Most times it's just like unflip the counterblast that you use to like draw a card or some shit.
Yeah, what is the whole thing for the duos anyway? Because it's obviously in their name that you need multiple copies, but I don't know a majority of the effects, honestly.
Oh, let's see. It's mostly the rares. Aichi Clone is an counterblast 1. Draw a card. Reveal 3 Aichi Clones in your hand and unflip a card. Unflip a damage.
Okay.
That's the only one I know off the top of my head.
Do they all have to be duos, or can it be any Bermuda?
It's gotta be the same name. The same exact card.
But does it? I mean, if it doesn't have to be a duo, then a lot of these effects can activate through triggers too. Then, like you can show two of those two triggers.
Yeah, oh no, the exact effect comes from the card itself.
I got disconnected.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so the duos pretty much they tell you reveal 3 copies of this card
Oh, of the card
in
in
your hand
question,
when you bounce it.
not same copies of any card.
No, it's not that good.
Okay, I
Limit-
thought it was
limited
that.
to-
Otherwise,
yeah.
I broke.
Yeah, it's just limited to itself. So you.
Oh,
This is why Iori's effect is not too bad, because you get to search your deck for 2 copies of the card you bounce. Technically, if you bounce the perfect card, you have to search out for 2 more perfect cards.
which is fair, because then you got to commit it. I mean, but then.
Oh,
Yeah,
Iori's
you
activate,
can.
by the way.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But then you'd have a weird attacking pattern, wouldn't you?
No, it's activate. So all you gotta do is you literally just gotta put it down.
Oh, it's an
and your limit
activate.
break.
I thought it was one of those when you attack with it, then you activate. Wow, that's crazy.
No, then that would be fair. This, that you can do it once per turn, but like just main phase 1, bounce perfect guard, get 2 more perfect guards.
Wait, but you have to Persona Blast. And Soul Blast
For
one.
Iori? Yeah.
You have to Persona. Okay, I thought it was free, like very free.
Oh, well, that'd
No.
be too.
And it's not once per turn either. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, as long it's a persona blast, so you're limited to how many copies of itself you have.
Okay, that's a lot more fair than I thought it was.
Yeah. Although in theory you could just if you have that doesn't work either.
Yeah, I was thinking
I was gonna say if you have a copy on the field, it doesn't work.
Yeah, because then you'd have to pitch the copy and put down.
Yeah.
Well, it says up to, so you can search for the. If you have 3 Ioris, you can ride one, pitch one. I mean, put one on the rear guard, pitch one, add the last one, and then. That's a little. That's a lot of work, actually. Just to fit out one card from your deck. Okay,
Yeah.
It's fair. It's a very fair card. I thought those was like super broken.
Crest, what do you think?
I actually like yours effect. I mean, yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's a lot. It's decently combo oriented. I mean, it's sending out the deck that way, like to help with the consistency of the triggers in the deck, on top of like the hand advantage it already gets. I really like it, and I like the concept that you said, like if you throw the perfect shot down to get it back out. I mean, it does help when you're like in a bind like that and you don't have like that many outs. Like if you get rushed early on, like you're at 4 or 5 damage, that's actually a good little niche to try.
Are there any effects that when you play it on rearguard, something activates and then you can pitch it to like reuse the effect? Like if they had a Berserk Dragon.
Okay, then okay, the only thing that works when it's on call is they have a Phoenix clone now, Soul Blast 2 draw card. It's also duo, and they have the Lemonade clone, Soul Blast 2 unflip 2.
Oh, wow, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Those are both.
Yeah, but it's not Prism, so that's the only downside.
Oh.
Duo.
I guess
duo.
we'll talk about the dual prism thing later, I guess.
Yeah. And also Eeyore uses Counter Blast. Sorry, Soul Blast. So like you don't have much soul to do stuff with.
I guess that's
Bermudas have always soul charged though. So.
Yeah. Oh well, but some of the newer duo stuff is just Counter Blast.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. I know the promo soul charges. No, the promo Soul Blast.
Yeah, the problem is a Soul Blast, I think.
Tekken Rio.
Rio Soul Charge.
Rio's a good card.
Yeah, but there's with so much deck thinning and you want a soul charge as well, when you end up decking out or because your deck is so thin, you end up soul charging a trigger.
Actually, the way it works is that you can, when you bounce it, you can actually resolve Rios first, and then the. But no, wait, yeah, you can, because you get to choose whichever one resolves first.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, if you're drawing and soul charging, you're gonna end up
You can deck out.
and soul charging triggers more often now.
Yeah.
It's still good. I'm actually I didn't like Iori at first. It's either I didn't like Iori or I didn't like the cover card, but we'll look at the cover card later.
Actually, we're looking at the cover card next.
Okay, cool. Want me to switch to it?
Yeah. Alright, so the cover card is a Miku clone. No, it just looks like Miku. It's pretty much the only restander that we've ever seen for Bermudas.
Uh-huh. We'll read the exact effect in case people can't read it, because the text is kind of tiny on the thing,
Gotcha.
and it's very blurry.
Limit Break 4. Counterblast 2. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. You can choose 2 cards with duo in your name from your hand and discard them. If the cards you discarded are the same name, you can stand this unit, and this unit gains plus 3k once per turn. And the other effect that's not Limit Break is Soul Blast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose one of your duos on the field and bounce it to your hand.
It's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Not that bad. I mean, it's pretty good. Like if you already had a booster on the field and you just happen to like draft check into one or like had one like doing one. I guess like then it makes it easier to pull off when it's like.
It's also only discard
The 3K
2.
is kind of weird.
Most cards to restand them in discard 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Like Dauntless, Descendant, Minerva.
And you can tutor, because like you don't have to worry about playing the card down and then being, oh well, maybe I won't be able to restand now, because you can just bounce it back to your hand.
Yeah.
So like it's really like discarding once. Like one of the cards you throw away would be the booster potentially if like those two, like if one of the boosters was in your hand, one of them was in your hand already, so saves you the card that you draft check. And like yeah, like rather than a neg 2, I'd make it a neg 1 because it at least makes use on the field. So like you just like have that radar column attack the Vanguard, and then it's already done. So bounce back and go off.
I feel like it makes things very, like, you have to be very careful at what you put down or start guarding with, because I'm assuming the maximum benefit I'm assuming there's dual triggers, right?
Yeah, there's dual triggers.
Yeah, okay. So you would discard like 2 draw triggers, and you'd get like this Omega effect out. But like, you know, early on you might guard with the draw trigger, so now you might feel like holding it, so you can use it for this limit break or something weird.
Yeah.
You might end up discarding, like, the only doubles you might have in your hand are like 10k cards, and you're like, do I want to drop 2 10k cards?
Yeah, you're gonna have to look at your cards before you guard them a little bit more, and that's good because it turned it from Labrador just swing with an empty field for plus 10k and a crit to something that requires a little bit more thought. So that's nice. Refreshing to see.
I kind of like that, but it makes the play a little too. It makes the player a little. It makes it a little more convoluted, I guess. Like you can't do this as like a last ditch effort to win, because if you're down to like 3 cards in hand, you're not gonna get 2 copies of the same card, or like you're more likely than not gonna get 2 copies of the same card in your hand.
Unless you have plot armor.
Henry's got a point though. I mean, if the deck, like, if you have to play very cautiously like that, that means you have to be as careful and methodical about it from turn 1. Like from that first ride, like those first 2 turns of riding, what you guard with early on, and it makes it so crucial as to how you play later in the game. And you never know, like that one card, that 1 5 or 10k you threw early on, could have been one of the outs you needed, but. Yeah. Like for at least like to pull that play off to restand.
But I think, don't they have support that gives you copies though?
That would be Iori.
Like, don't they have any cloning support or no?
Oh, they have Roan and stuff. That comes up later. It's like a Vivian clone or something. If you hit it, you get to add something that's on your field from the deck into your hand, and you get to bounce it.
Yeah, see, that's good. But at least it tutors it for you too.
Yeah. It's very interesting. Like, I would definitely need to see how it actually plays, because just theorizing about it is actually really hard, because you don't see like the hands and everything. So we'll see what happens when it comes around in locals, and when it's out of sneak, because right now it's hard to get a hand on a lot of stuff right now.
That's true.
Because you don't really buy the sneak unless you really want to play the deck.
Yeah.
And
Watch about the promo.
I guess, but then you just get 1 pair, 1 bracer of it, and then like you don't really pull that much.
Yeah.
But this card's, I think this card's pretty good. The limitations are definitely there. Like it's like someone playing 12 Eradicator or something, and they guard with the Eradicator crits, but then keep the non-Eradicator crits in their hand. and then they fuck up, and that's their fault.
Hashtag get wrecked.
They're playing erratic. Oh, 12 erratic is just greedy at that point.
Yo, man, this one person at next level does it, and he thinks he's so good. I'm not calling anyone out, am I? No, I'm not using names, but they know who they are.
Alright, the next card is the dual brake ride, mirror.
Got it. Oh, the one eating. All right, good.
Yeah. She likes what? Bananas? Fruit? Or some
I
shit.
don't know. I didn't look at the other art. I don't think that. Anyway, let's get away from that.
Okay, it's a brake ride, so I guess a standard plus 10k, and alright, the Vanguard gets the following effect. Counterblast 1. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, return all your Bermuda Triangle rearguards to your hand, and choose up to 2 Bermudas from your hand and call them to separate rearguard circles.
Oh, that's actually really, really good. Oh, we lost Thomas again.
Oh.
It's okay. Alright, so Andrew, what do you think of the card source?
Alright. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it runs well in Duo, because you don't really... If it said, like, search for, like, one of the things you bounced, that'd be good, but, like, you bounce, you call, you get, like, 5 attacks, but you're... Dude. So... they're kind of very iffy. I guess it's good if you have a lot of Duo stuff that you want to use the effects for, but that also uses up Counterblast. Yeah, it's a very iffy card.
I mean, you can make, if you're greedy, you get the 5 attacks, but if you're not, I think you can go for, like, maybe make 1 column and make 4 attacks, and then you can potentially save a front row that might have died to, like, an Eradicator, Cho, or something. So something like that. I mean, that can definitely be used. I don't know how counterblast heavy they are, but let's say you do... Oh, wait, let's say you do the restanding. Doesn't that make even more attacks? It's 1... 2...
Yeah,
how
you
many
would,
attacks is it? I can't math right
it'll
now.
be like the Beast 88 attacks, but again, after your first swing with the rear guards, any other rear guards later will either be a 1 column thing or 2 unboosted rear guards. And also that would eat up 4 counterblast.
Yeah, that's a 4 counterblast.
Triggers.
Oh, and you gotta discard for Actually,
Yeah.
if you
Right,
discard for
yeah.
What's it? Rate, right? That's the name, or Reat.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you discard, you might, when you twin drive, you might draw into more attackers or something better.
That's true.
I mean, with Mirror, you
most
slap all
of
your triggers down actually, and then use them as boosters, and then call them back to your hand.
yeah. You could ditch the extra copies of grade 3s in your hand.
Unless you want to hold them for raid, and then that makes it like weird.
I mean, if you put them down and then Mirror bounces them up and then you go rain, you can discard the grade 3s.
Yeah. I like Mir though. Well, luckily it doesn't have any Bermuda restriction on it. I mean, doesn't have any dual restriction on it, so you can actually use it in other decks.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like this is definitely, I feel it's better than what is it, Vert for Prism. But
Yeah,
because it's not a Prism, you might fuck up the special counterblast for Labrador.
well, there's ways to get around the special counterblast restrictions.
Yeah, and the fact that you have to call a Prism, but you wouldn't be calling a Mirror from your hand, I guess.
No. What do you guys think? Restful Tom?
I disconnected for a second. What's the effect do?
Oh. Alright, when you attack, when you break ride, the Vanguard gets when you attack with this card, counterblast 1, bounce all your rear guards, call back 2 from your hand.
Bounce all your rear guards and then call 2?
Yeah.
And counterblast 1?
Yeah, when you, on the break ride.
And you have to discard anything or no? Like, that's just it?
That's it.
No, it's just when your Vanguard attacks the opponent's Vanguard. That's it.
I like it.
I think that's pretty good with the restandard to make sure that you didn't have to not play your cards in order to save cards to the discard later. You can kind of fix things up a little bit and make sure you can get your full effect off.
Yeah.
Chris, you were gonna say something?
Oh no, I was gonna just say I think Henry brought it up earlier. Like rather than having the two rear guards, I like the idea of a fourth column, like the potential triggers to pass it off to that. And what Thomas said, like with the break rod and the other limit break user, not bad. Like if anything on the turn you break rod, you could probably just bounce the booster that was behind the Vanguard, I guess. And
Oh, that's true, because it is the break right turn. The Vanguard doesn't really need like a mega booster for it, unless you get really greedy and you want like 26, 28 numbers.
I mean, if anything, I mean like with the break rod skill, like on activation, because like doesn't the boost go through before the effect goes up? So like with the 7 apply and then it gets bounced if you chose that.
Let's see.
Anytime you lose your booster from the field, you're gonna lose your boost. It's like with Pelennor. If you kick the card boosting Pelennor to the bottom of the deck, Pellenor's not gonna get boosted by it.
Yeah, and this is why the Dancing Wolf ruling works, because the booster's on the field and Dancing Wolf gets 3k, so it gives itself the boost and you count towards the attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but I've always found Vanguard attacking and boosting like really awkward.
Yeah, it is.
Only with the Vanguard, because certain rules apply and certain rules don't. Like I'm gonna go over this again because I've complained about it at locals a lot. But when it comes to Magus, that confuses the shit out of me.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
It's two effects that have the same window to activate, so you get to resolve the order in which you want to do them.
My god, it's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Chain Links all over again.
Well, the only reason I'm confused is because at regionals my first year, I was playing Shamshell, and I attack, Shamshell activates, and then the boost occurs. So wouldn't the attacking Vanguard's effect go through first, and then the boost occurs, which activates the boosting? But then Bushiro confirmed that you can actually activate both at the same time. So I'm just like, why are they so, kind of two-faced when it comes to that?
Yeah.
Because they want things to be good and work.
But it can still be good. It'll be fair. I don't want no Pentagon or whatever getting a free crit on me for no reason. For free.
Unless they say the boost happens first, then it still gets the crit.
If the boost happens first, Shamshell gets a 7k boost from Pony as opposed to 9k. Or is that the Dancing Wolf shit again? I don't even know anymore. Everything's too
It should be the Dancing Wolf, because Dancing Wolf... The Dancing Wolf ruling is like the weirdest ruling I've ever seen ever.
It's so fucking weird.
Wait,
it's gonna pass into a 1-pass.
For a person that plays grapplers, I don't think I'm, because I haven't used Dancing Wolf. I've only used it like once, like in one deck. I'm not too familiar. What is the ruling exactly? Like, which card does the ruling apply with?
Alright,
so basically, okay, Andrew, go for it.
Okay, let's say you have Kaiser's Vanguard boosted by Dancing Wolf, right? Yeah. You attack your opponent. Your opponent's 11k, and you're swinging for 18. They put down a 10 and a 5 for 2 to pass.
Mm-hmm.
You get a grade 3. Stand Dancing Wolf. Dancing Wolf gets 3k. Get a trigger. Power to Vanguard goes through.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The ruling is that because it happens during the drive check, or for whatever reason, the boost applies with the attack after the fact.
Yeah, because theoretically it's like its own trigger.
Yeah.
That's weird. I want to see someone win a regionals just off of that ruling.
Yo,
they play like 16 stands with the Dancing Wolf in the back, and they're like, 2 to pass? Got it.
Oh, yeah.
The
stand trigger gives Dancing Wolf like 8k.
Yeah, it becomes a 15k.
Oh, that's also just like Tempest Bolt. If you intercept, it gets 2k. Don't intercept off Tempest Bolt. Please don't.
Great. I mean, Tempest
I'm 19.
You're going to get perfect guarded, though. But if you have to intercept for it, then okay, that's your fault.
Not if I'm swinging with 19 against 21 and they have an interceptor.
But no, it's 5 down, make them 26. You just gain your 2 to go to 21.
Surprise. He just lost. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was playing a tournament on Friday. I had to remind my friend that that's not how that works. You shouldn't do that. Yeah.
Didn't we watch someone get messed up by Dauntless reverse his limit break?
Oh,
Oh god.
yeah.
That was like 2 to pass, and he checks like 1 trigger, and he's like, I got it.
It's like trigger and anything but a trigger. 8K to the Vanguard, all in.
Yeah, and then even afterwards, he's like, it's still 2 to pass, and I'm like, yeah, 2 cards.
2 cards.
Oh, okay. It's a trigger and anything but a trigger,
No,
or 2 triggers.
No, he could drive check a trigger and a non-Kagero. So technically, he's right.
Like yeah, it's like as soon as that first trigger comes, you're like, it's like there's not even a point. You just look at the second one like, oh, formality.
You could check a non-Kagero, guys.
Yeah, everyone plays that. Like, I was gonna say Tejas, but it's a Kagero. Fuck.
Everyone plays.
Tejas was splashed in everything.
Everyone plays Lady Bomber. There we go.
Oh god.
Remember? Oh my god! Remember when high speed bracket was a thing like that? Yo, outside of Spy Brothers, oh man, I remember when I tried to do that in Darker Regulars because I was bored and it actually worked.
No, you
Oh,
played
high
Blazing
speed
Flare
bracket.
with Darker Regulars.
That was a thing.
No, like it was back when it was just like Amon by itself. I think this is like this is like probably like within the first 9 sets. I think I played it with the limit break, the 11K limit break. I just started going like Amon, soul charge. I soul charged 1 bracky by accident. And I was like, I drew the next one. I'm like, yeah, bracky, soul blast the other one, get out of here. Like I just soul blast the soul, and Amon is still hitting for like 21,000 or more, and I'm just like, okay, you're useless. Then he gets soul charged, and I'm like, oh, the struggle. I mean, the good thing about it, if I still survived in mid late game, it wasn't a bad idea because like most of the deck is already thinned out, and I only played 3 bracky, and I would always have like 1 or 2 in my hand. So like I'd always go like Amon, trigger, pass them off to them. So like I'll just end up soul blasting I'll be stacking non boosters back in, but I'm like, I mean, make the most use of it. I know, high speed bracky. You were good for like the first 5 sets. I applaud you for that.
Bracky is still
People still play Bracky in like Solus though.
That's still a thing?
Forever.
No, that was a thing before anything
No, you
came
said
out.
You said
Oh no,
so,
sorry. People used to play it in Solus because hey, it's a way to get rid of Soul, you know.
No, it's the Imperial Daughter deck with Bracky.
Oh man.
Patrick, if you're watching, imagine you still tried to make that deck.
Oh, he did? I only made it on like a simulator. I played it with like Juggernaut Maximum.
No, it was supposed to be designed as the anti-Glendios deck.
What? Oh. I mean, Spike Brothers itself is pretty anti-Glendios. Just sit on bad end for like 20 turns, and then you amass your whole hand.
And yes, Andrew, Patrick is watching.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just commented. What's up, Patrick?
Alright.
Okay. Away from the tangent now.
Okay. Alright. Back to the lollies. Oh
Everyone-
yeah, Mirror's good. Mirror's good.
Yeah. Okay. So the first of the double rares is another duo grade 3 called Lily.
Okay.
All right. That's the black version. All right. So what it does is when this unit attacks, you may counterblast 2. If you do, choose one of your duo rear guards, return it to your hand, search your deck for up to 1 card with the same name as it, call to rear guard circle, and shuffle. So it's a little bit different from Iori in that you get another attack instead of getting stuff in your hand. So either way, you do technically go plus.
So is this kind of working like Zenith, from what I understand?
Yeah, it's like Zenith, but an extra counterblast.
And you return it to your hand instead of to the bottom.
Yeah.
There's so many bosses for this set.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
crazy.
it's 3
Oh,
grade
don't
3.
forget the 3 promos too.
Yeah, the promos will cover like at the end.
Oh, I'll set that up later. Yeah, but the promos are like this. Well, okay, 1 promo is like a mega boss. The other ones are like okay bosses.
They're like fun decks. Yeah.
Not one of them. One of them is Alk is like the nuts one. I hate Alk.
Yeah, we'll cover her when we get there.
Yeah, pieces.
Alright.
Anyway, um, this one's definitely gonna be the underrated one because its effect isn't too crazy. It's still good, but it's not crazy.
Yeah. Hey, at least it's 11K.
That's true. Like if this was 10K, this would absolutely be garbage.
Yeah.
Um, the fact that this ability is a limit break, like I hate that a lot of these abilities are limit breaks because this would be so good if it wasn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, ever since season 2, the good stuff has been limit break.
I mean,
Yeah.
the great thing, I don't want to get too ahead of like what those cards are gonna be, but like in the future, like I'm assuming you guys saw the scams for like the grade ones that allow early limit break.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
I feel Bermudas, I can guarantee like this, they're gonna shine when that card comes off the Bermuda. I can see it happening.
Yeah, you can do so many things with that.
Yeah.
Labrador turn 3.
No, don't even. Don't. No.
You know, I was already talking to a friend about that with the potential for Grand Blue, because if I think about how the metagame's going to be like that, and like you have cards that'll just retire the Grade 1 units, Grand Blue is going to be really the only clan that can consistently bring those limit break cards back and consistently do it like over and over and over. And I kind of like that going in the Legion form, just like you use I'm guessing maybe Cocytus, and then like with the Legion.
I feel like I've asked this in a previous thing, but are they continuous or are they on the turn you call them or something?
It's during
No,
your
they're continuous. They're just like as long as it exists on the field, limit break just happens.
Oh, it's during main phase?
As long as
continuous.
it's
So whenever-
yeah, as long as it's on the radar. As long as it's on the
As long as
radar.
it's on the board? Wow, that's actually kind of crazy.
And the thing is that it lets you use it at 3 or less, not at 3 or less. So
Wait, 3 or
limit break,
less?
it wipes
takes-
away limit break. Like,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
if I go turn 3 Descendant, I'm at 2 damage, and I have the thing, and they guard, yeah, I'm using Descendant.
Yeah.
Wait, are limit breaks written? Oh no, but so ultimate breaks are written as ultimate break, or are they also limit break?
Yeah,
No, they're part of
Ultimate
limit.
Break is limit break 5. It's limit break 5.
Yeah.
The thing specifies
Oh,
limit break
it's
4.
actually- Wow.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yeah, it
They were written
specifies on the card the limit break 4.
No, I thought on the text it just said anything 3 or less is going to activate, regardless.
Yeah, only
I
limit
don't think
break
it gave any
4, so-
restrictions to anything 4. Sure. Yeah. Well, it's still not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Okay, because
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's pretty.
With his ultimate
Yeah.
break, and then like he just put down a blaster blade and then he just murders someone.
Yeah, that would just be a little bit overkill on turn 3.
You know, Andrew,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something. Go with me on this, and Thomas would laugh when I say this, and you're gonna laugh because you know this is an idea for me. Turn 3 Pendragon on activation.
Pendragon at the oh my god! It's the start of the main phase, isn't it?
I could Pendragon as soon as like at
Why
1
would you do
damage.
that?
I could Pendragon at 0 damage. I could just keep getting grade 3s. I would never have to wait for it again. So great.
For those of you watching the stream, for the past 2 years, Crestfield's been trying to make Pendragon good. I'm not even lying.
I have been, I will admit that. I am a fanboy for Mago on that card. It's a simple reason. I will admit that.
Pendragon.
But going into Legion, I do like the idea. Early Pendragon into Legion. I can see it happening.
Pendragon into Legion.
Yeah, it goes for grade 3, so if you go to Thing Giver Dragon,
That's actually
it's another way to search
it's
out the
actually
grade 3.
pretty good. It's a good concept. Like, yeah, like if you already have one in the hand, get the other one out of the deck, and immediately just have that other one saved in your hand for the following turn.
Yeah.
Pendragon. Pendragon.
Alright, anyway.
I want early Glory Maelstrom, and you could just never guard anything.
That's called Sinbuster.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oops.
Like, yeah.
Anything that says no, I love it. Because it's too good to just say no.
Okay, anyway, let's go back to the set list.
Holy crap, we were talking about Lily.
Yeah, we're done with Lily. Lily's good enough. Lily's
Alright,
good enough
let's
to be a
move on.
double rare.
She's a good double rare, but the fact that limit break is a thing is what's hindering her. Because by the time you're at limit break, they're either gonna keep guarding you anyway, or it's just never gonna happen. Unless it says hit rear guard. I can't read Japanese. Wait, can you hit it rear guard?
The way Vanguard works, you
Oh,
usually
attacks Vanguard.
Attack Vanguard, yeah. You do
Oh wait, Zenith, never
whenever,
mind.
basically.
Yeah.
Alright, the next card is a duo grade 2.
Ooh, Roan.
Roan, yeah.
Roan is too good.
Yeah, alright. Alright, so what it does is when it hits the Vanguard, you can a special Cowl Blast a duo, and choose one of your other Bermuda Triangle rear guards, return to your hand, search your deck for a card with the same name as that, and put it to your hand.
So good.
Yeah, it's a free +1, it's a tutor, it's a lot of things in one.
And if you have the break guard, you can like call a perfect guard to search for a perfect guard, then break guard and bounce the perfect guard back to your hand. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
On your turn 2, you can probably
Or screw it, the turn of.
Yeah, you can probably put the perfect guard down, ride Rona's Vanguard, hit, and just clone the perfect guard at that point.
Yo, if you put Rona's Vanguard and perfect guard behind it, it's 15, so it hits.
It's pretty much
people gotta do 10k challenges. Yeah.
Yeah, unless they drop 15 to like
If
keep
they
it.
drop 15 to stop it, I'm okay with that, because my break guard will bounce the perfect guard back to my hand anyway.
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
In this deck, you can literally put the perfect guard down as a booster for a good time, as opposed to other clients. That's actually really good.
Yeah. As long as you have the break guard.
There's also the grade 2.
As long as you're not playing as Kagero.
For a counter boss 1, you can bounce it back to your hand if you were really scared of it dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roan is good. Imagine having 1 or 2 Roans on your turn 2. Like, it's just scary.
Search for other rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, the rear guard Roan failed. I guess I'll
discard Roans for. Yeah. But yeah,
actually,
Roans definitely.
these are really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
think
definitely a staple in the deck.
Oh, you only have to counterblast a duo. You don't have to bounce a duo. That's crazier too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So in theory, you could like I don't know.
You can splash
Counterblast a duo, bounce a. Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, there's so much deck coming in Bermuda right now because of the duo.
Mhm. Alright. So, Roan's definitely a staple in duo decks. We'll go on to the first Prism duo card.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, Prism duo is like the lazy way of making 2 archetypes in 1 card.
Revenger Abyss.
Phantom Blaster archetype, yeah. It doesn't even say dragon, it's Phantom Blaster Revenger Abyss. Yeah. No, anyway, what's wow, almost said Stanley.
I told you it says Stanley.
Stanley does is when it's placed on rear guard, you can counterblast 1, choose another one of your Bermudas, and bounce it to your hand. So Henry and I were talking about this earlier. It's pretty much just made for Labrador, because if I'm right, if I remember correctly, Prisms don't have a second crit. So if that ends up in the damage zone, you can Stanley just fixes it. You can just bounce whatever you want.
Yeah, instead of using Labrador Counterblast 1 to bounce something, you can bounce this with Slaney, and it just fixes itself, you know. And I don't even know what the Prism grade 2 lineup is anymore. It's like, it's the 12k, what was it? Was it something you bounce back and you Soul Blast 1 and it gains 4k? That's like, eh. I'd rather run this to fix some inconsistencies.
Clear. Yeah, clear.
It's either clear or light. I think light's the booster.
Yeah. So, yeah, and they had the 10k vanilla,
Yep,
you know. Yeah, Prism had the 10k.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the options are good, but I like this to just fix things. Because
Yeah,
if
it's
you
just
pair this with what the starter, I think the starter is Weddle, or was that the other one?
oh shit,
But yeah, you pair it with the starter, you get the bounce too for a counter boss one. Same with Labrador, but this is just more consistent, I guess.
yeah. Oh, and we should note out the illustrator for this card has the best illustrator handle ever.
Oh shit,
4 letters, salt,
the illustrator is Salt. That's crazy.
in all caps.
Really in touch with like card games and stuff. That's impressive.
And it's not in Japanese; it's in English. It's salt, S-A-L-T, on the card.
I wonder if the white one also has that name. I'll check. Hold on.
Yeah, it's same illustrator.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah, salt. Well, because when people can't guard 42k with 2 crit Labrador. Yeah.
Don't remind me. That's how I lost that regionals, though.
Ariel used to be so mad whenever he played the deck, and that never happened.
I had the least practice against Bermuda and Aquaforce going into regionals last year, and that's all I faced besides one random Dark Irregular deck that had every Dark Irregular in it. It was like the grade 3 Irregular army. It was, what was it? They started off with Reggie, and I was like, oh, okay, I just gotta hold this, and I'm good. And then they ride Dark Lord, I'm like, oh, okay, might have done that backwards. And then they go into Dentarian, I'm like, wait, no, Dentarian wasn't out. What that weird looking one? I forgot what it was.
Beelzebub?
Oh yeah, yeah, they wrote in the Beelzebub. I was like, what the hell? and then they were like, okay, it's my push turn. Then they ride Almond. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Every turn was a new grade 3.
Oh my god. Yo, that reminds me of like the Narukami deck. I think Andrew, you once brought up that I think it did well in Japan singles last year. It was like 8 grade 3s, and I just looked at it. I was so happy that actually did well.
It's Japan. You can play anything as long as you double crit and your opponent's a grade lock. You can win.
Well,
No, I'm serious. It had like it was an Eradicator deck. It had the Break Ride, the Cross Ride, Descendant, Gauntlet Buster, shit, the other Break Ride.
Oh my god, I played both
Wow,
first
it-
rounds.
sounds like they're just prepared for every possible situation. Go.
No, see, but then you see a Gold Paladin deck, and it has both of the Sagramores, but like one's the Liberator one, and then they had the regular Sagramore, and like, what's the point of that?
Oh, they're preparing for Glendios.
But what does the why did it have to be 2 different ones? It didn't make sense. It was just every grade 3. It was grade 3 roulette. Oh. And there was a Goshawk in there, and I was like, why?
Because he flies.
Uh-huh.
Call.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
It's silly. But yeah, Slaney, good for Prisms. It's a really good fix. That's for sure.
Yeah. Duo, Saline and Duo, not so much. They're better options.
Yeah, because you have Roan and everything else. Slaney is also good for just activating like the random stuff that like I think Rio needs to be bounced, right?
Yeah, but that also Rio costs Counter Blast.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I thought she was Soul Blast.
Counter Blast, then Soul Charge.
Also, okay, that's what it was.
The promo is Counter Blast, then Soul Blast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
they
still
swapped it up.
it's free stuff.
Yeah. Alright. So next on the list is our Duo Quintet. Yeah.
I don't see the point.
I mean, if Legion becomes a thing with duos, sure.
But would you wait? Don't they have a Bermuda Legion, or is it just a Bermuda Grade 3 in Fighter Collection?
Oh no! Oh yes, they do have a Legion. Shit. It's what was the other Grade 3 in the first set? Revere.
Oh, the other Revere?
The boss revival campaign.
Revere Legion.
Yeah. And because Pacific got a Crossride, they gave Revere a Legion.
Oh, but Reverie was like one of my favorites because it was a right chain that just let you draw.
Yeah, and then you pretty much pull off Soul Savior at the end of it.
Oh, Reverie was. But
But
moving
yeah,
on.
I guess the quintet wall could be used in a Reveri deck. But
Would you?
I mean, four quintet walls is a thing in Legion apparently. A lot of decks play that.
That is so ballsy, to say the least.
I mean,
I could never, like, I see, in every game, I see myself begging to go through 3 perfect shields. I could not do 3 quintet walls without crying. Like, I'd just look at triggers and I'm like, oh, 4 crits. I could have used you.
for me, like, besides, I almost called her Minerva. Besides Minerva using Quintet, and I can understand that with the Cider or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, the only other use I found for Quintet was the Zenith and Liberator thing I was talking about with you guys. Was like, you use Zenith a ton, you put all triggers on the bottom, and then you Quintet to try to reach it faster.
That involves hitting the triggers that are literally the last cards in your deck.
Well,
Why
then
not?
you Zenith it up even more. I don't know, and then you Quintet into it.
You go Spring Breeze at the
Quintet,
end
you
of
see
your
the
Zenith
last
thing.
card, and you're like, I remember that card, I think. And then you just and then you're like, oh, double crit. What are you gonna do to me? What are you?
You put back the draw by accident, and you're like, oh shit, that was there. Alright,
You Zenith draw triggers to the bottom, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna Quintet to my draw triggers and die.
Alright. So yeah, next is the second Prism Duo card.
Oh, the perfect shield.
Yeah. Exactly what Prisms needed.
More cards that are Prism.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they had the Ellie, and that whenever that hit damage, you're mad for 2 reasons.
Well, you can play the damage taker that's not a Prism or a duo and send it back.
Sure, let me play Ginkaku in Narukami, so I can try to use Gauntlet Buster earlier.
No, so you can descend it faster for some reason. They'll guard it, I swear.
Both.
No, I want a Tempest Bolt.
Oh.
I want to use a lamp break when I'm at 3 damage instead of 4.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can Tempest. You can Tempest Bolt as early as you want.
You can Tempest Bolt as long as your 3 open counterblasts are not other copies of Ginkaku. Like, if that happens, then you just... No.
That's great, though. Not really.
Alright, yeah. Prism Duo, Perfect Guard. What both clans needed, they need these special counterblasts, so it's a good addition. Again, lazy way to put 2 archetypes in 1 card.
Okay. Alright, so that's all for the hollows. Is there any rare we should cover? Because I didn't set up anything for that.
Oh shit. Okay, the rares are pretty standard. They have like the Libra clone for no reason. The 12k attacker. Oh, Pacifica gets a 12k attacker now.
Oh yeah. I'll set up those this way, so.
They have Aichi clone, and they have grade 1 Aichi clone.
Aichi, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, and we'll be right back. Yeah, there's a Bermuda card that looks like Aichi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
But well, what's it do?
Oh, okay. Let me read it. Wait a second. Alright. So it's a grade 2 8k. When this unit is returned from Rigard Circle to your hand, if you have a duo Vanguard, you may counterblast 1. If you do, draw a card. Then you may choose up to 3 cards named Thames from your hand and reveal them. If you reveal the 3 cards, exactly 3, choose a card and you damage on and turn it face up.
Oh, I'm just looking at the Bermuda stuff, and they have alternate arts at Kamiket, where they're all in like swimsuits.
Yes, lollies and swimsuits is what Japan loves.
Of course, and it's exclusive, so I'm not gonna link this.
Alright, oh, you can cover the box topper promos.
Yeah, I'm setting that up right now.
Cool. Alright, so the box topper promos, they get 3 of them. 2 of them are really unexpected. One of them you kind of would have guessed. Pacifica, kind of would have guessed it, since she also got a cross-ride. The cross-ride was pretty bad. So they had to wait a... They came up with a new card to fix it, I guess.
Doesn't really fix it.
Alright, they gave another Pacifica name.
Mhm.
The next card is Coral. It's a cross ride. Coral was the ride chain from the second Bermuda pack, and it was a terrible ride chain. And the grade 3 was also terrible in comparison. The last one, it used to be a grade 0.
It
The
was a
little
grade
shark
3 search.
girl.
Oh no, it wasn't a grade 3 search.
It was the when this boosts a limit break and it hits, you put into soul and draw a card.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, it would make sense as the
That-
grade 3 searcher because it was a costume changer or something. That was the name.
But so's this shark.
No, that's costume idol or something.
Costumes. Wearing a shark costume.
Oh, well, whatever. Can't be. Alright. Almost good. Alright. No. Alright.
You got it?
Almost. I'll just need to do the other 2 and then we're good.
Okay.
Of the 3, I think it's obvious which one's going to be the more played one, though.
Yeah. Cresswell, Tom, did you guys hear anything about the promos beforehand? Like what they did?
No.
For Bermuda,
Okay.
no whatsoever.
Okay, okay.
I'm
Almost.
not huge. I'm not big on Bermuda triangles.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like,
Is it because of the art, or is it just the playstyle?
Mix of both.
no, I just don't like Bermuda after a while. I remember in the beginning I was just like, this is nice. Why do they have 15 cards after I was going through the effort? Now it's just like, it's just, I kind of wish, like, at least if they did consistently well instead of the top of the metagame, I could, like, have a really good love-hate relationship with it, but it's just like, they give it so many limit break cards, so much support, but it's not support that can make it a great contender in the metagame right now, at least. I'm hoping that'll change in the future, but right now it's just, it's not really much to look at least from my point of view.
Yeah.
Alright, it's
I don't
ready.
know. Bermuda's always been like a different type of OTT deck. It draws a lot of cards. Just with lollies instead
Just
of,
so
you
you can
know.
look at a lot of lollies at the same time.
Yeah. Alright.
It's ready whenever you want to read the effect.
Alright, so first one we'll look at is Costume Idol Alk. Alright. This was the one that used to be a grade 0 and then got upgraded all the way to PR grade 3 status. Alright. So what it does is at the end of the battle this unit attacked a Vanguard. If you're at limit break, choose a grade 3 Bermuda from your hand and ride it as rest. If you do, choose a card named Costume Idol Alk from your soul and put it into your hand and draw a card. The other non-limit break effect is auto Soul Blast 1. When you ride this unit, you can pay the cost of Soul Blast 1. If you do one of your other Bermuda Triangle Rear Guards, choose one of your other Bermuda Triangle Rear Guards, return it to your hand, and this card gains 5k.
It's awkward.
So pretty much Soul Blast 1, bounce a card, plus 5k to Vanguard.
Yeah, but we
Yeah.
don't care about that
When you
because
ride over it, then you can add it back to your hand to draw a card. Right?
Yeah, alright, so yeah, like if you bounce Rio, you Soul Blast, Soul Charge 1, draw Counter Blast 1, draw 1, yeah, and you put it back on the field. Alright. So the main thing that like stood out with this card is that you can pretty much break ride every turn.
basically. So what you do with this is you break rod on a card like Mirror, less so Vert because Mirror is stronger. You break rod on Mirror, you attack with it, and then if you have another Mirror in your hand, you put the Mirror over this Alk, and you add the Alk that you just wrote over back into your hand, and you get to draw one. So the following turn, you can break ride on that with the Alk again, and then while the mirror is rested, you have a dual Vanguard now, which suddenly you can activate all the other stuff like the 12K attackers and stuff just because you switched a dual Vanguard over. And I think it's pretty good. If it can consistently work, I think that's really good.
I feel like it's very flashy, but you're probably better off just using the one that restands or one of the others. Like I think this would be cool for like a fun deck, whatever. But I don't think it's like too competitive.
I think it's top. I think it's topped in Japan.
I think that if the Holy Shine Infinite Break Ride thing isn't going to do well, I don't think that she's going to do too well.
Yeah. A lot of things also have topped in Japan, so like.
Okay, I guess that's true.
Like, anyone using that excuse really should not. That should not be a legitimate reason for a lot of decks.
What if it tops consistently?
Let's not forget. Okay, if it tops consistent, then yeah, I'll give it that. But like, the tragedy that was 8 grade 3 Eradicators, you know, that was a mistake, obviously. Alright, we can get the next one up.
Crystal, do you have any thoughts on Alk or no? Alright. Alright, we switching over to the next one?
Yeah, Pacifica.
Got it.
Alright, so your lolly, your favorite lolly.
Me?
Break Ride. Nah. And not Emmy, not Emmy. So yeah, this is a Pacifica Break Ride.
That's not a break.
And what it does...
Oh, it is a break. Never mind.
Yeah. Alright, so when you Break Ride, your Bermuda Vanguard gets the following effect. When your Bermuda Triangle is returned from your hand to rearguard circle, from your rearguard circle to your hand, search your deck for up to any Bermuda Triangle called to rearguard and shuffle. The other effect is the non-limit break is Counterblast 1, choose a top idol, which is the original Pacifica. Choose one of those on rearguard, put into your soul, and oh, okay. Oops. Fucking with the effect. Alright. So the second effect works when the break ride's in soul. And what it does is, it's Counterblast 1, you force charge the 10K Pacifica, and you put back the break ride from your soul to your hand, and then you choose another one of your rear guards and put it back to your hand. Yeah. It's a lot of stuff. Essentially, the break ride can help you set up the cross ride for Eternal Idol for whatever reason.
And force charges it from your deck?
No, from your rear guard circle.
That's weird.
So you pretty much chol it in, then you take the break guard from your soul back to your hand, you pick another rear guard, and also put that back in your hand.
And then you get attacked by a Demolition Dragon.
Demolition does work.
Before we move on,
yes.
Someone said that Alk's effect reads that you may ride the other Vanguard as rest, which means you can ride it as stand. I don't think that's the intended meaning of the wording. It's not giving you the choice to ride the Vanguard as stand.
Otherwise, they wouldn't tell you can do it as rest.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Whoa. That's actually interesting.
You want to look it up again, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now. And you may write it as rest. I think that could either be a translation error because we're on the wiki and the English card hasn't come up yet.
The sample isn't out, so we can't say for sure. But that I don't think they're giving you the choice to ride it as stand because that'd be a little silly.
Yeah, I think it is. Costume Idol Alk. I think the wording implies that you may ride it, but it comes in rest. And if you ride it, you get to do the other half of the effect. I don't think it's you may ride it as either rest or stand. That'll be a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason.
You may ride it.
There's no reason to ever not pick stand. There's no real reason. You know what I mean?
So I think it's because of the wording. It has to come in. It's you. You can choose to ride it. You know, but it comes in rest.
I think that's where the maybe is coming from. Like you may ride the grade 3, not you may ride it. You may rest it.
Okay. Because the first half of the effect is all mandatory stuff. When this unit attacks the Vanguard, choose a grade 3 Bermuda from your hand. Yeah. What the translators could have done is like they could have put you may choose a grade 3 Bermuda from your hand and write it as rest.
Yeah,
But that could also
This page is loading so slow. Come on.
yeah. So I think we'll have to wait for next week to get the official English translation.
Yeah, but I think for sure you will not be able to ride this as a stand. I'm gonna.
No, it says at the end of the battle that this attack the Vanguard, choose a grade 3 Bermuda from your hand, and then you can write it as rest. So, and then if you write it as rest, you can choose a card called Cosmato Out from your soul and put it to your hand and draw a card. So, if you write the card as rest, then you can what's it called? Then you can add Cosmato Out from your soul to your hand and draw a card. Otherwise, nothing happens. If you don't write it as rest, then you're just revealing that you have a grade 3 in your hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't write it.
No, it doesn't say you can. It doesn't say. It doesn't give you the option to not write it as rest. It gives you the option to write it as rest.
Yeah.
Like if you want, if you have the option to write this card, and if you do, it comes in as rest. And if you take that, if you decide to do all of that, then you can add it back from your soul to your hand and draw a card.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to check other cards like that, and like Raging Form says ride as stand.
The only other card that's similar, I don't. No, there isn't really anything similar to it.
I looked up Raging Form, but it never says may. It's a
Raging
completely
Form
other
says
part of
ride
the
this
set.
card as stand. It says Raging Form says ride this card as stand.
Yeah. So like if they wanted you to have it stand, they would say ride it as stand. So I think that's where the confirmation comes in.
Alright. So, we gotta wait on the again. We gotta wait on the official translation next week. All right. All right. So Henry, the last promo.
Yeah.
Coral's Cross Ride. Yeah. Very modest cross ride.
Well, read it.
Yeah. What it does is, when you're at Limit Break, during your main phase, you can Counter Blast 1 and Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your Bermuda Triangle rear guards. Return to your hand, and this unit gains 3,000. Then, after you do that, you may choose up to one card with Coral in its name from your hand, and put it into your soul. If you do, draw 2 cards, and you can only do it once per turn. So essentially, it force charges the grade 3 into soul. Yeah.
That's about the only efficient kind of thing it does, isn't it?
Yeah. I really wouldn't want to spam this every turn because you deck out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see the point of it. I don't know.
I mean, it's just
making it easy process.
Just to give Coral some support, I guess, since she was like the unloved of that set.
Yeah, I think the duo stuff is a little bit better.
Yeah. Just
she would be like the one
for the fans. Because I think what they were thinking.
All the cards are mostly like fan service cards more than anything.
Yeah, she also.
Yeah. I think the whole Bermuda idea was just for fan service.
Yeah.
Like, when I was in Singapore, when the first Bermuda set came out, it was sold out across the country within like 3 weeks. It didn't make any sense. Like, that's how popular that set was.
Didn't you yourself buy a case?
Yeah, that was a bad investment idea. Oh well.
But then Thomas won it, didn't you?
Yeah, one of the boxes.
Yeah, it was like, oh, and Ariel also. Ariel and
It was me, Ariel, Chris G, who was on one of our other live streams, and Josh Rosario.
Yeah. That was like the first. Oh, that was the first tag team tournament in New York.
Yep, we split in the finals. We got those and a playset of Marks and a playset of Golds.
Oh, that's when they were still like 25.
Yeah, that was a good idea. That was a good idea from Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Crestwell, I remember that. You got hit by Mobile Hospital.
How long was it? Because I remember I was so. Are you kidding me? When I first came
This
into
was
this game,
during
I
set
just
7 format, Crestwell.
set 5.
Yeah, it was the heal 5 card.
I was like, swing with Vanguard for 20. You're like, no guard. I was like, your partner's face like blew up. He knew what the effect was.
You know what the
And
scariest thing ever? I'm pretty sure that my partner's face, my only partner would have been Reese.
no,
I'm pretty
it was,
sure
I
he
don't think
would.
you were playing with Reese. I don't think Reese was there that day.
Oh
Because
no,
like
I remember.
outside of Reese, I never really felt attacking with anybody.
Yeah, I remember.
he paired up
At
with the
the end of
random.
the tournament, you went up to us. You're like, guys, you know who my partner was? No, because I had no idea either. I remember that line. That was a beautiful line.
Yo, to the person, if you remember me, hit me up, man. I need to remember this. Please, if it was that hilarious. www. I missed that 5 format. It was such
You
dumb
should put a
fun.
post up on the misconnection section of Craigslist. Maybe he'll find you.
Well, yeah, I remember when. Yeah, I still remember hitting you. Oh, we went to time, because I hit you with Mobile Hospital. We healed 5, and then you dealt like another 6 damage to us, but we still weren't dying. And we went to time because we won because we had less damage than you because I healed 5.
Oh God, no! I think this really was with Reese. Oh my God, I remember.
No, it wasn't with Reese. He wasn't there that day. He was working. I remember this.
It was some Asian guy.
Yeah, Reese was actually working that day. Because when we went to Outback later, we went to go bother. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
It wasn't Reese, Chris. I swear to God, it wasn't Reese.
You should have seen
The
his face.
the cards kept falling off the damage.
You should have seen his face. I was like, once you said no guard, his face was like, oh, you did it.
Yo,
Like,
I'm sorry.
When I put a crit trigger as a rear guard, and he's like, why is he doing that?
I just take too many checks. Like, yo, I swear, in the community, I'm that guy where I'm just like, Thomas told me to, like, when we played each other, what was it, last Monday or so? Like, me, dude, the guys are looking at our game in game 3. I go no guard half the time. People are like, why are you no guarding that? Does he have a crit? I was like, does that Vanguard have a crit? No, that's good enough reason. and then it's like, oh, 5th damage, and I'm just like, okay, I can win this.
I was like, I remember
And
the
it
moment
works all the time. Like,
because Andrew walked over next, and he's like, did it hit? Oh my god, it hit!
No,
I think I
because,
remember hearing uproar about it actually hitting.
because the whole week before, we were like, yo, Mobile Hospital is the most broken card in tag format.
man, I couldn't believe we were still able to push that much damage after that heal. I was like,
Yeah, I remember when time came up, Andrew walked up to you, you're like, we should have won, man. We did like 26 damage to you. What's funny was after we healed 5, your partner hit Kelly, and Kelly was like, should I guard this? I'm like, we just healed 5. We're not dying.
You can't
throw everything down.
What's funny was, I think your partner double crit us, but it didn't matter.
I was just like, yo, we could really use like +3 crit and another 2 crits on top of that.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
that was funny. I liked our composition too. I was playing Mobile Hospital with Shamshell, and I was just playing vanillas, and then Kelly was playing like Reggie, I think, so she could crit the hell out of your partner.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, that's just like.
So like I could use the soul from Reggie.
Damn.
So
That's part of cost.
so
Yeah,
mean.
that's what it was. It was too good.
You know, honestly, we should, I don't know, we should try to, like, have another tag team tournament. We haven't had one since then, right?
Like that kind of a tag team?
Yeah, like the tag from the show for team thing.
Oh, the legit
Really?
tag
I'll
format.
do my Nostrin trying to do it. I don't know if it ever went off or not. But I'll be down to another one of those.
Yeah, it's because I really don't think any other store did that. After the two-man
Yeah, it
tournament
was
got
the only time.
introduced, then like every store started doing the two-man tournament.
I like I wonder what new cards would be more interesting.
Tempest Bolt!
Nice Tempest, yeah. Tempest Bolt is awesome.
Woo. I don't know, you have to
I
come back
can
to
use
your
Blaster Blade because Blaster Blade was broken, we discovered.
Yeah. The way Blast Blade was worded was that you could target any rear guard that your opponent had.
Any opponent rear guard.
Any opponent rear guard. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. It's just a lot of rulings. A lot of rulings.
Can I use Chaos Breaker and lock the other opponent's field?
Oh wait, let me check.
Oh my god, I gotta look it up too now. Chaos Breaker. Both a ruling where you did it. If it said a certain thing, you can only do something.
Your opponent.
Yeah,
or
if it's
the guy across from you.
Choose one of your opponents. Oh, if it says your opponents, it's only across from you, right?
Yeah.
Ah, that sucks.
Oh.
We need something silly. What's silly?
Armor break.
Armor break. Dish Vermilion, everybody. Yeah, Tempest Bolt is one of those cards. Actually, with armor in a tactic. Oh no, special counterblasts are gonna be really ghetto. Like it's not counterblast 1, it's counterblast a liberator or something.
Yeah.
Ew, that's really
But
weird.
like at a certain point, your partner might screw you over.
Yeah, they end up counterblasting all your special, and you're like, yo, those are mine. Those were supposed to be mine.
Why didn't you counterblast my death scythe? They're there for a reason, man. God.
What else would be really fun in that format? A lot of underrated decks can certainly come up. I can't really think of anything. Something like Raging Form wouldn't mean anything anymore.
I disagree.
Oh really?
Yes.
Ah.
You go to 4 damage so fast in tag team. Raging Form mad early, give yourself a huge damage gap.
Oh, you would just Raging Form them like as early as possible?
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
guess.
it'd be like turn 3 Raging Form push.
I was playing against Anthony and Vlad in
Oh, God.
tag team format. I was playing by myself. So I was playing 2 decks against the 2 of them. So I was basically trying to beat the person across from me twice at the same time. And I was playing Blood and Raging Form. And I succeeded a couple times.
Yeah,
Even
the
more
2
times than
decks that are just the meanest things ever.
I did it as I think I won 2. I think I won both games that we played like that, and then I played 2 totally individual matches and I won.
Lol.
Oh, Tom, is your camera off on purpose?
Yeah, just for a little bit.
Okay, so
Things were lagging a lot, so I turned it off, and it seems to be fixing it up a little bit.
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm trying it out for a little bit.
I can't believe my computer actually has good signal. My computer usually crashes on me somehow.
It'd be funny if you can change certain restrictions on certain cards just for this just for that format.
Oh, that's a lot of cards then.
I know, but imagine for like a reverse deck, you can lock your teammate's card.
Oh my god. That would actually it wouldn't. I would actually like that in doubles. I mean, like some people would think it'd be broken, but like, no, it'd be equally fair.
Oh.
Like if you ever did like a specific type of like doubles format, like one deck was reversing one with the other, and you did that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. One reverse deck and one non-reverse deck. You got to be partners.
Yeah, I mean that'd be the whole fun of like the reverse. Like utilize its capabilities as much as you can. Make it fun like that. Because if you just have 2 reverse decks, they're just locking each other back and forth, and it's just like anyway.
Imagine. Oh wait. For Tempest Bolt, does a locked zone count as empty, or does that not count as?
Oh, wait. I had the perfect analogy. This is the best analogy I ever thought of in the shower. All right. So imagine this water bottle is a Vanguard zone, right? So when it's filled with water, there's a rear guard in it. When it's not filled with water, it's empty. But if the water bottle disappears, there's no rear guard circle.
So technically, there's an imaginary plus 2K that'll never apply.
Yeah, the plus 2K will never reach Tempest Bolt because it's
Okay, it's occupied. All right. Okay, that's
the zone doesn't exist.
The limit does not exist. That's the way I'll always see it.
It's occupied.
You just go breaking limits. The limit does not exist. I win.
It's not a
I
limit
win.
break though. It's not.
Okay, but that'd actually be very interesting. Like, a format where one person has to play a reverse or link joker and the other one has to play like a regular. That'd be actually very interesting. I would like that.
I know what deck would be really good.
But
Lukier or main Trap Rose.
I was thinking Maiden,
Yeah.
but she says you have to lock on Neonectar.
Really? Oh, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I think Amon has to also lock. Oh yeah, they have to lock certain clans. Fuck. Maybe we can get rid of that just for whatever.
Wait,
At
you
that
sure?
point, it's gonna be extreme rules, and
It's not
chaos will ensue.
No,
At a
extreme
certain
rules.
point, it'll just be that.
No. But I think for tag, you can take the restriction off of what you need to lock. Oh, imagine Doter when it comes out. You can lock your allies 5 rear guards, and then Dober just goes crazy.
This is why you guys don't work for Bushiroad.
Oh god.
He's like, hey man, can I borrow your 5 rear guards? Yeah, no problem. And then you just swing with Dober for like millions.
Imagine did that voice.
What voice?
Nothing.
I don't know what you're talking
Next
about.
game, I got you.
Yeah, you lock your partner's thing, and then your opponent's Chaos Breaker destroys their field, and you're like, sorry, bro. Didn't mean to let that happen.
But they can take it. I don't know. They can take the loss. Who cares? The Dover
yeah.
versus Chaos Breaker is like, hi, I swing at you for like 1 million. What are you gonna do? Oh.
No, Dober versus Omega, and then they Omega locked the guy, and then lock his stuff. Fuck that.
Oh my god, how would Glendios work in that?
Got this.
Does Glendios say 5 rear guards? Oh, I think it does.
Omega.
You just type in Glendios in Google. It's the first one.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
it says 5 or more or more.
What?
Okay, Glendios would be banned.
How
We're
is
banning
that possible?
We have to ban Glendios in that one. 5 or more.
No, this is clearly foreshadowing. They're gonna have an extra rear guard columns
Well,
or extra boosters. You know?
We're gonna be pendulums.
Oh God, no! Please no.
pendulum lock.
Wait. Awkward.
You must discard a grade 1 to lock a grade 1.
Damn.
Wait, 5 or more? How is that even? Why did they even write that? I mean, for precaution's
No.
sake, I understand, but
It's weird because when the grade 3 searches came out, it said grade 3 or higher.
They always use open-ended language to give themselves flexibility in the future, so that shit like Cat
I
Butler.
don't have to run everything.
Cat
Okay.
Butler.
Cat Butler should have
It's
erotic.
okay. It's a 2 in Japan. Don't worry about it.
I'm not in Japan. I'm worried about it.
It's okay. I got 70. We're good. Oh, I know. I have like less. I gave a playset to Nick and Crespo.
Oh, that's so generous of you.
Yeah.
I own 2, so I hope it gets hit, so I don't have to get 2.
But I'm sorry, what was just said? I just spaced out for a second.
We were talking about the double tag, and then somehow it turned into Cat Butler. Oh, ban list.
Yeah.
Restricting
Cat
it
Butler
to
got
2.
banned. Got hit for 2.
Japan is so made for that. It didn't need to get hit to 2. Said no man ever.
Cat Butler should say you can't use its effect if you have a grade 3 Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could have just errated it.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, fun fact. The day the ruling came out, I bought out all of Ideal 808 stock on Cat Butler.
You told me that.
Didn't I
Yeah.
send you a text? I sent you a text.
I'm-
Yo, get all your Cat Butlers. And your
Right.
miss.
No, it was, I woke up, I read the ruling. I'm like, Henry, I'm buying all the Cat Butlers. All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fast forward to August, they're still sold out.
Yo,
They're
how
priced-
many do you have in total, Andrew? Because you told me you ended up getting like maybe 50 of those. And you just kept buying them for like 5 cents or something like that.
Okay, they had like 56 in Ideal for 10 cents each. I bought them all. Troll Toad had like 12 for like a quarter. I'm like, okay, that's not a big deal. Get Their Games had like 8 for 10 cents and lying around. I picked those up, and then I had 3 for myself. The box I bought.
I mean, they're sold out not because you bought them out. They're sold out because, one, no one buys that pack.
Yeah, that's another reason why I got them all.
Like, and two, they could just be like holding them all, knowing like someone bought all of these for a reason. There's no way someone buys like 80 of one card. They're gonna be like, all right, we're sold out. What the fuck is happening, guys? Does anyone play Vanguard?
But
No.
it's weird though. The ideal price.
There are boxes that never sold just to sell cap butlers to make the money back.
Yeah, because what are you gonna pull from there? Zambaku, Xenon, SP.
You used to be able to pop up Bellicosity, but that got reprinted.
Yeah,
That was the most expensive card in the set.
Yeah, that was a weird thing.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna be my sales pitch for regionals. I got playsets of Cat Beller, $30. But the box is 30. You're not guaranteed 4 Cat Bellers in a box.
Whoa.
At most you'll pull like 3, and you're still missing one for your playset.
I think I remember last year Brothers Grimm, or was it Core TCG, whichever. Oh, I think both of them might have had it. But on the shelf, I saw Cat Butler way in the corner.
Yeah.
$1. I was like, wow, I might even pick that up.
They knew.
They knew. They were like, someone's going crazy for this for a reason. Or oh no, I think Brothers Grimm had a team that actually did play Vanguard, so they probably knew.
Ah.
Yeah,
but
Brothers Grimm has I think they have Unstoppable Blaster.
wasn't that one of the teams at top?
Yeah, they topped this one, and then they topped last year too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they got knocked out, right? Because of time.
Yeah.
Oh, they also got knocked out overtime. Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
I think so. I think they did.
Okay.
Yeah. Just double check the thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I've ever been in the top 8. I really wanted to play against them, and I didn't get to.
Well, you know, I played against a friend, and you and Nick played against randoms.
Yeah.
But look at the other alternatives, though. It would have been another team that was friends with us. Adam Winter's team. Oh, okay, Adam Winter's other team that he wasn't on. So, like, we would have ended up playing against friends.
Which is good,
Well,
honestly.
the top 8.
In retrospect.
It was us. It was the other team from Clarkson's. It was Jason Lee's team. It was the one reverse team, Unstoppable Blaster.
It was the kid team too, right?
George Maldonado's team, and there was Sand 99 and there was Black Attack, and we beat Sand 99 in Swiss. I beat the Black Attack guy in Swiss.
Yeah.
That was our last loss at the. That was our only loss in Swiss. Was at the end of the day. And
Also,
then,
our only time that one of us got grade locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird.
And then
In all honesty, the fact that people we knew topped 8 is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not just people we knew by name, but the fact that it's people we see or talk to like every other day or something.
Yeah.
So
And
here's
I got to
hoping
play against the
here.
guy from Clarkson's a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. I hope this year's the same, where we just take top 8 and top 4 get invites this time. So hopefully all of us get top 4 and we just all go.
Barco battles. Barco battles.
If we make top 4, I'm saying all of us should lose by time and see what Bushiro does.
Oh man. Watch us all
It'd be terrible.
get DQ, and the people who lost in top 8 go.
Yeah.
No, they would have left the building.
Oh shit.
Attention Vanguard players, New York has no tops.
Whoa.
No, Tom. The other theory is the other plan is that if 4 of us make it, we should all just do starter battles. Because if we all play the Great Three Searcher, just buckle battle each other. Fuck
And we
it.
should roll for zeros.
That'd be funny.
Yeah. Oh fuck! I got 1, 2, 3. Fuck that shit. Need guard.
Holding back our grade 1s.
I mean, that'd be a fun thing to do if you know.
No.
Yeah, but you
One
don't.
of us are playing.
Gets the free check. It has to pay.
What?
If some of us are playing a rogue deck, we need to make sure the rogue deck is the first place to make everyone go, what the fuck?
Tempest Bolt. Come on. No one plays Narukami.
Narukami's not exactly rogue. I want rogue. Let's say like. I don't know what we're playing that's rogue.
Crestbell, Sanctuary Guard.
Yeah, let's play Sanctuary Guard and make it first place.
Wait,
So Sanctuary Guard goes from 38 cents to $2.
Sanctuary Guard is not 38 cents.
It's 38 cents online.
Sanctuary
What?
Guard? There's no way.
No, that's Sanctuary Guard. Oh, I thought you were saying Planetary.
No, Sanctuary Guard.
Planetary. We should play Planetary.
Nah.
Why?
Yeah, and play against every Chaos Breaker deck ever.
And you'll win.
As long as you get the other one.
Yeah, like I can't. Yeah, I see Planetary. I'm just like, oh, it requires like a commitment to an entire new archetype. Unlock it. Come here. You're beautiful. That's what you do. No, you know the thing is, like the deck that I have built, like I've had to rebuild it like 3 or 4 different times, adding in all the cards I need, because there is no consistent metagame in the last few tournaments I played, and it's pissing me off. But it's a good thing. At least there's like diversity. But they're just like, I'm playing this. I built this to play against Novel, Raging Form, of course, obviously is a standard, and like Link Joker. I see one Link Joker every tournament, and I'm just like, I can never play the Link Joker player. Like I want to, like it's not like how it is with me in Pokemon, where like I know I'll see these meta decks when I just go play tournaments like a Kings or whatnot. And like it kind of like lowers my confidence as to how I built the deck, but like yeah. Because like I actually switched my grid through lineup from 6 to 7 now because of it. But it actually runs well. But I just wanted to maximize my sanctuaries again, but still have room for the other grid throughs. I feel pretty good about it. Me, I can't wait till Glendios comes out. I'm gonna play this deck. I'm not even gonna put this deck on.
Meta is really weird to say. Like this is completely off topic, but I was playing in my Hearthstone tournament this morning, and I was complaining to Andrew maybe like 2 hours ago. I was like, I keep running into Warlock playing Handlock, and it's pissing me off. But during the tournament, I played against the weirdest shit that was against the meta, and I'm just like, I was not prepared for this, and I built decks to prepare for meta decks. Crap, I lost my round 1, and I felt really bad because I lost to something really weird, and I was like, shit. I don't think that can happen as much in Vanguard. I want to say.
Like, it's weird. In a span of a year and change, we went from a type of game where we had literally no diversity, and we had so many players complaining about that. So about a year later, we just exploded with so many cards. We have so many decks. Like, it doesn't matter how bad the deck is. Just the fact that decks got like decent cards with limit breaks and support. You could go to one tournament, and if you had to choose one of every possible deck, you'd have at least 50 different types of variations of the deck through sub-clans and whatnot. I'm like, oh my god, I can't deal with this. And that's what I know is good, and that's what happens at regionals every year.
Yeah, like I keep going back to last year, but I could not prepare for Aquaforce Bermuda, and that's all I fought besides weird Dark Irregular, and I'm like, I'm not prepared for this. What do I do?
Yo, I will never be prepared for Aquaforce.
Tom, I called it right at Team Regionals. I played nothing but Raging Form the whole day.
Oh.
It's so stupid.
Oh, my friend who barely plays Vanguard went last year with Regionals with Mega Colony, and he went further than me because people were not prepared to fight Mega Colony.
Nice.
Like, martial arts mutant Master Beetle did so much work for him that day. I was so jealous.
Damn.
Beetle's too good.
It's Aquaforce, and I was playing Mega Colony, and I was like, oh my god, you lucky son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
I was like, that's insane. That's crazy.
Yo, I really can't wait to see that player, like one player, play the breaker from Mega Colony. I'm just like, it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so fun to watch. I was like, I don't care about the Vanguard. The Vanguard's gonna just sit there and look pretty and not be able to stand.
Crespo, you can't play set 15 stuff at regionals this year.
No, I'm not talking about 15. I'm just talking about when it's legal to play. It's just gonna be funny to see it at a tournament.
Yeah. I mean, like, Derek has the deck already. He's been doing that for a while.
Yeah, I think he's only missing like the English break ride, right?
Yeah, he's missing the English break ride.
Anything that's Japanese, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, which is like everything in set 15 and the Fighters Collection card, which is too good.
Oh, the Fighters Collection one, I love it. Like, I was like, what does this do? And after he gave the card to me, I read the effect online. I was like, that's insane. That says, no, you can't stand. I'll break your legs.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny. The only way the deck could ever go minus by preventing the Vanguard from standing is just like, you're like, My opponent has 3 cards left in their deck, and I just disallowed them to twin drive. Oh, oh my God, he's got a shot. Attack, attack, pass. Attack, attack, pass. Attack, attack, pass.
No, it's the break ride stuns everything, Crespo.
Oh yeah, stuns everything.
Wait, it stuns everything?
Yeah.
I thought it was just the Vanguard.
No.
It forces everything to rest and then stuns them.
Yep.
Oh, free! You know, I swear the only thing that's gonna be able to get around that is like riding into the new Alfred, the one in 15. You go
Yeah.
ride
yeah.
him, everything disappear and come back. I'm like, damn.
But then they can just break ride again, and then you can't Monarch again because you ran out of soul.
God.
Oh, ah, well. Too well left. Oh my God. Yo, I guarantee you, that's gonna be I call that to be the rogue pick of like singles nationals when it comes to time.
What, the Mega Column?
Yeah, somebody's gonna want to play like the way I see that, like just because of the break ride, and because like the grade 2 and 1, like the grade 2s and 1s aren't that bad too. It's just like I'd like to see this deck. Like it's gonna be that rogue pick I'd actually like to see do well at nationals.
I think.
I think the break ride sounds better than it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember playing against it, and it was. Oh no, I was playing with it, and my problem was the same problem I used to have with Aquaforce, and it's the fact that the grade 3s are sick, but the supporting units are kind of doo-doo.
Oh, I mean, they have an on-call stunner. Well, that sounds stupid.
Well, like, if you stun my field and I'm Mordred, I'm just gonna ride Raging Form, get a Tartu, and like I have a new field.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it's.
And then I just attack with Raging Form, sack the guys that are stunned, and pass everything to Tartu.
It's like it's very good for some matchups, and it's absolute garbage against some.
Yeah.
Because your whole gimmick gets it's like me playing Link Joker into any deck that has a good focus on unlocking. I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of vanilla for like good half of the game.
Oh, guys, Justin Smith says the dual break ride also beats the Mega Colony break ride.
Because it bounces the cards back to the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like,
most break rides stop it. Okay, it stops cancel lot. No, it doesn't. Zenith still works.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of the situation where I was playing Murakuma for the first time, and I played against Garmor, and I was like, attack, bind everything, and then Garmor was like, call 5 new cards. I was like, oh shit. I was really upset. I was like, okay, this deck kind of sucks against certain things. Kind of doo-doo.
The 2 Chains isn't that good. He's only a double rare.
Yeah, so is all the main colony.
That's different, though. They had no spots left.
Yeah, set 15 is full of so many bosses, actually.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm forgetting about Pale Moon. I always forget about Pale Moon.
Yeah, Venus gets a crossroad. It's not bad.
Another crossroad.
Yo, question. Speaking of set 15, and Thomas is getting, he knows better than anybody since he plays on Avengers. Now, the new Mordred cross break ride, the only thing I can ever remember is like that he just deals 1 damage. What is any other effect that he gets?
He gains 10,000.
He gains what?
He gains 10,000.
From that?
So you counterblast 1, sack 2, he gains 10,000, and then pings them for 1.
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this was clarified, but I was just like, I just gave up. Like, I'll learn it when it happens. Like, if they're at 5 and you do it, do you win?
Oh no.
You can't do it if they're 5
damage.
What? So it's only like 4 or less. It'll. Like,
The farthest you can put them to 5 damage. You can't do the 6 damage with it.
Yeah, it can't kill them. It can only bring them down to 5, which takes away their safety. It's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way. That's so
And you get 10,000 off of it, so.
That's so free.
Not really. I mean, you gotta kill 2 of your guys.
Come on. With Revengers, most people they're just like, Dorings, you're useful. Disappear. Raging Form. I mean, it's just a matter of timing. It's just like how Raging Form was when you did it correctly. It's just like you're probably gonna do it like, but this one rather than giving it 3, you give it a 2. So if anything, you can do it twice in a game. If they somehow get that magical heal back down to 4, you just force them back up to 5.
Yeah, and you just ping them back to 5. You just make sure that they can never no guard.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
like,
and if anything,
You don't have to rely on checking a crit to put on the rear guard to make them guard it.
it's just you're not like really throwing like a lot of cards down to really like, oh, give up these 3 to Radia. Like, I mean, it's just simple. You're just like you just end up like, rather than just having a useless like draw trigger as a booster, you're just like, all right, throw it down. Just like destroy the booster, 10,000, and now let me throw my booster down. To make
yeah,
Hey, you can need other copies of Mordred.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would probably pitch them for the searcher to get deck thinning.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's a versatile card. That's all.
Yeah. Alright. So who's ready to complain about regionals?
I'm not
We're
going.
saving until like 1 a.m. Damn.
No. You actually no. I'm not going, but I'm going to register because I will YOLO it last minute and not care.
Because
I'll
if
be
you
like-
YOLO it last minute, you're sleeping on one of our hotel room floors.
I sleep on the floor every whole. Dude, I'm used to sleeping on the floor. I don't even bother.
Gotcha.
I've optioned to sleep in a tub before, please. That's how much I didn't care. I'm just like, I got a pillow under my back, I'll sleep like a baby.
I've gone to a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh events where I've just slept in chairs.
Oh, yo, I did that once. Oh, it wasn't even for Yu-Gi-Oh, it was for chess. It was like my first nationals. I was like, I can't ever do this again. I was like, I think my own back just like disappointed, like just tortured me.
Damn. Well, I guess it's easier when you're not that big.
No, I was obese in high school. It was worse.
Well, I mean,
I
you're
was just
also like a lot taller than I am.
Yeah, good for it.
Sleeping in
We're all
chairs.
doing like Yugi stuff. We're trying to fit like 8 people over.
Anyway, going back to regionals.
Yeah.
I completely, oh god, I just hate these. I don't understand why, what compelled them. We know why, because of the whole, like, we've had problems with time restrictions before, but this is just ridiculous. There was really no need to go this extreme.
It's so weird what they're doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard of another card game that has done that, where to put both players as a loser.
Yeah. Usually, like, a draw counts as half of a win.
Or even just go by who has the most damage, you know, that was Yugi days, or stuff like that.
Or have an end of time procedure instead of making both people lose.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It honestly makes me
I
feel
don't
like the Bushido stuff. Like, I know that they're doing a very nice thing by, like, trying to hold these events and make them free and all that stuff. But I kind of just get the feeling sometimes that they don't even want to be there.
Yeah, they just want to get out, like, you know, when they can. Because like last year, I got that feeling from them too, where it's just like, all right, it's already late. We spent like way too long on this. Let's get the fuck out.
Like, I've been to Yu-Gi-Oh regionals that have lasted till like 1 in the morning.
Shit.
Nobody was trying to rush us out, you know.
Yeah.
That's Yu-Gi-Oh though. They don't even care. They're just like, we got
I'm
your
just saying,
money.
like,
Well, my question is, that was a regionals, right? So that's the store doing it, not.
no, this was at in Philly at a convention center.
Oh, you did YCS or?
No,
Yeah.
it was
No,
100-person regionals in Philly.
Yeah, some Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments do that. Like, I know everybody always tells me about Edison, New Jersey. Like, they hold it like in a church, and I'm like, I can't.
That's
Edison, I love going there because
I've never gone to that
was
church. I can't do
the
it.
Edison, New Jersey regionals, but this was in Philly, and it was like over. I don't think it was like 530 something people, maybe more, 580 something like that. And like the tournament didn't end till like super late at night. And what's it called? And then at like Vanguard regionals, they want to leave when it's like 6 o'clock.
yeah, they start rushing everything. I don't know. I don't. I wish I can go back to Yugi because everything felt smoother, but I don't like the game anymore.
Yeah, the organized play for. I mean, but they've also had a lot more time to work on it, which is understandable.
Yeah, of course.
They have more of the kinks worked out, but what's it called? I don't know. I just feel like Risha was trying to reinvent the wheel for no reason. It's like, yo, we discovered fire, and then Bushido was like, can we make it green?
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know. The time thing is probably the most annoying. Like I love the message from the CEO or whatever that was like, we'll be sure to make future events better. And then in LA, people were DQ'd because they didn't use a trigger zone, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the judge's fault mostly. Like, if the judges aren't really that dedicated to having a fair thing, they're just gonna fuck over everyone they can.
But
In New York, the judges weren't even Vanguard players. They played like Weiss and Magic.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it was so bad. Like I only like and like some of the other players like the buddy of mine who plays Yu-Gi-Oh, like barely talk with him, but like he was just there as a judge, and I'm like, how are you here? Like I actually missed the judges from singles regionals. Like half of them knew what they were doing, and the other half were kind of like friends of the judges, and I'm just like,
Yeah, and the only person who actually played Vanguard that we knew, Prado, was a volunteer and wasn't a judge. Hi Prado, if you're watching.
like I'm telling you, I feel bad. Like I understand that they just have people for like volunteering for the stuff for free and judging. They should really have an exam to just be a freaking judge. I don't care if the person is so bad that they had somebody take the test for them. At least make a test to make it official.
I'm not supposed. I think we weren't supposed to say this, but it's so far out of it, and I don't think it's not like Bushiver watches this anyway. If they did, oh well. Like, they actually did have an exam, but all of the stuff was out of date. Andrew, do you remember hearing about this too, right?
Oh yeah, I heard about it.
We not from who, because we're not gonna say who, but there was an exam, but everything was like really weird. I think the rulings were like Dancing Wolf, Pelennor ruling. But this was last year's regionals. Why would you talk about Pelennor or Dancing Wolf or all this other weird shit when there's stuff like, I don't know, the fact that you wrote the new Batama cards wrong, or like FX Buster Reverse has no grammar.
I can understand. Yeah, I can understand why these outdated stuff. It's kind of like how Pokemon runs their professor exam. I was discussing with a buddy of mine that I was considering taking it because I've been taking it I think for 4 years and I've just failed. I just gave up on it. But the thing is, since people prefer to play older formats at leagues and they're actually bringing like extended and standard formats, people like that are judges, they need to be well rounded in like the history of like the games, like because you never know, like they need a comparison between old rulings and new ones, and like if you just if you play old school tournaments, they kind of need that. Like it does make sense, but like I really think there should be standard judges for that year's metagame for like that time period, and like extended like exams. Like it should be two separate exams. It shouldn't just be
no, they should just update it. You can have old questions, but you have new questions too.
Yeah, because Vanguard is more about the individual card as opposed to how mechanics work in general. I mean, I remember the first year, this was super stupid, but like the first year someone lost because they used the Angel Feather effect and they put themselves at 6 damage, and the judge was like, no, you lose because you're at 6 damage in the middle of an effect. And I was like, wow. And I remember that being a big deal because it was like a little kid or something.
Wait. Well, in the middle of the effect, was he put a damage but take one out?
Yeah. It wasn't resolution. It was, let's say they're using no seal. They put a card down. It's at 6 damage.
I remember hearing about that happening actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And they lost because they used no seal and they killed themselves apparently. But that's not how Angel Feather works. And then someone lost out of regional because of that. But what I was trying to say was that Cardfight is more of a card by card basis because there's no core mechanic tying everything together besides call damage and all that other crap. Like Yugi, if you were to know one ruling, you'd kind of know almost all the other ones based off of like a certain event. Like
similar ones, not all of them.
Right, because I remember when I took it to be the Konami judge thing, one of the questions that stood out to me always was sacking off a Sangan to use Mobius effect. Which is pretty common. Mobius goes first, then Sangan resolves anyway because he's mandatory, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He resolves after, etc. Like, there's nothing like that in Vanguard. I don't think.
I mean, the closest convoluted ruling I can think of is break riding the old Garmor over Gancelot, and then calling out Lopier, then doing the effects. Yeah.
Oh, that gets a little messy.
Yeah, it's a trickle down effect. Yeah.
What would the order be, like Garmor, Gancelot, and Lopier?
It's basically you ride Garmor, you get the Lopier resolves, And then you can resolve the Gan slot and give plus 5,000 to the Lopier.
Yeah.
And the card the Lopier pulled out.
And if you go Lopier into Lopier, you can do Lopier again into Din Drain. You can do Din Drain, then you can do Ganslot. You can do Ganslot whenever, basically.
Yeah, things get queued up as a, actually no, it's not even a queue. Things are just flat. Like you can activate it whenever the fuck, and it's really weird.
They're like floating in the air in front of you, and you can grab them whenever you want them.
As opposed to lining up, it's not a chain. It's just
I got a really good demonstration if you guys want to see it.
Whatever order you want.
That's like playing a speed 2. That's like playing a speed 2, speed 2, speed 3, and then just going to another speed 2, speed 2. I'm like, what's that heck?
I remember so much convoluted stuff because I play Metatron, so I was like, I can do this and this and this into this before I do this, and then Bushiroad was like, yeah, you can do that, I guess. And I was like,
I'll take it.
I said yes. I'm like, so if I say this to someone, they're not gonna bitch about it. I mean, they're like, they might bitch. Just call head judge. I'm like, wow. Oh, okay.
Well, that's honest.
Yeah. I was like, Metatron into double Examine Angel into Examine Angel into No Seal into Examine Angel. I was like,
What the hell?
and I was like, wait, I don't want to activate No Seal's effect yet. And the guy was like, but he got called out. I know, but I'm still doing this effect. And he's like, you have to do that first. No, it doesn't. It's right here.
Oh god. Want me to do the visual demonstration?
What were you gonna do?
Okay. Alright. So these are the
Wheel assault.
these are the two things that activate at the same time, right? You pick one and you resolve it. It goes away. And if that causes another thing to pop up, the one from before gets passed down and you can do it again. Pick one, resolve it. So much stuff.
It's too stupid.
Yo, to me, the only way I could call it, it's like a stalling elevator effect. It's just like, oh, this is you're just like, you see like two platforms going down, you're just like, oh, the next one's, mine's just coming down. It's like the subway, it's like the trains in New York City, where it's just like, which one's gonna leave? This one. Okay, this one's the next one. Okay, this one's the next one. It's like being stuck at a terminal for fucking hours. It's just so bad.
Shit, I feel like there was something else I wanted to say about it.
The rulings?
Yeah, I completely forgot though. Cause Crespo and his subways got me.
Welcome.
If I think about it, I'll say something. But
going back to the regional stuff.
Yeah.
Did it have to do something with regionals?
no, it was about calling stuff to field. But I'll think about it another time. I'll remember it the next day. Like people asking about what my favorite card was, and I completely blanked. I remember like literally when we turned off the stream, I was really mad. It was Blastbolt Dragon, by the way. Because that card fucks with people so much.
11.
It's 11, maybe? Kinda, sometimes, once in a while.
He's 11 if I don't get a crit.
Whenever he feels like he's 11, or whenever I feel like it.
I never feel like him being 11. I want him 21.
There you go.
Like, listen, whenever I played a deck at a tournament, I always catch at least 2 people with it. Like
I remember I messed around with it one day at KG and I caught someone with it.
when you catch someone, it's like the best feeling.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna do that with Tempest Bolt and the intercepting ruling.
Oh.
If they intercept, plus 2k. And they goes through.
Just like attack and then just don't say the number.
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Too many people have tried to put 10k 2 to pass on like a Tempest Bolt with like 5 open rear guards. I'm like, please put that back. Please.
At least I say 11. Because that's actually the number.
No, because I mean, it was like one of the times I forgot because like there's 5 open rear guards, 21.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
For me, Blastbolt, I was like, I make it a point to say 11 to bury it in their head. I'm like, 11! It's like, so 10 is 2 to pass, right? Sure.
Uh-huh.
If you want it to be 2 to pass.
Yeah, two heal triggers.
No, what heal triggers?
Oh yeah, my bad.
No,
2 crits.
I still love it. If people are so happy to be like, 2 to pass, I'm like, okay, crit, all the Vanguard. If he gets a crit, he gets plus 5k. Wait, what?
I'm calling it now. Someone's gonna give me 10k 2 to pass on a Tempest Bolt with 5 open rear guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thomas, if you didn't know, you muted yourself.
What?
But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blast Bulk is still too good. Yeah, every time I play, I catch at least one person. And there was one time, Steven was behind me, and he saw Wilson drop a 10K and said 2 to pass. I heard Steven go, in my mind, I was like, don't you dare say anything. I'm going to check that crit trigger, and I did. And I won.
Don't you dare say anything.
And then afterwards, he's like, yeah, I knew, but I didn't want to say anything because it's in tournament. I'm like, yeah, you better not.
Like, good job. Good job, Steven, if you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's like, oh, man. Alright. Wow, we went from complaining about Bushiroad to Blast Bulk.
Anyway, so back to regionals. You know, that thing coming up. Yeah. What do you guys think about the door prizes?
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the mat is a nice change. I like that a lot, and it's actually a nice mat. I think.
It's a really good looking map. It looks like something you'd get a custom yourself. Be like, oh, I really like that image.
Oh,
Yeah.
the buddy fight one. The buddy fight mat looks pretty good too.
What is it?
It has like all the characters on it,
Uh-huh.
so it's a lot better than I think it's a lot better than the Fairtail one.
Oh. I mean, we can try to get all 3.
What are you talking about, Henry? We can't, enter 2 events at the same time.
I mean, different
Fight the next day.
Anyway,
people.
I'm trying to wink.
You can't wink. Camera's all blurry.
The shadows.
The shadows. You're behind. You're in front of the lamp.
Well, I mean, hopefully, like the top 8 prizing is way better than the stupid salt scroll they gave us.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, wait. There's gonna be prizing besides.
I mean, like we didn't know we were getting the salt scroll. I would have been happy with just the promos and no reminder of the day, but
Yeah.
look what we had to take home.
Yeah.
It's the perfect side to like sit on it and spin on it.
That made no sense. No,
Wow.
it's the perfect size to hold like this, take your knee, and then just
Yeah, there was someone who like he was crying after he lost some time in top 8, and like he like burned the scroll, like he destroyed it.
Hey, I was half tempted to break it like
In front
over
of
someone's head.
Oh.
But yeah.
I like that. Besides everything else, I really do like that top 4 is getting invite.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's nice to change your pace.
Yeah.
And top 2 get accommodations.
No, only first place get a accommodation.
No, top 2. Top 2.
Top 2?
Yeah, so pretty much playing it out for first and second is only for bragging right purposes.
Oh, what shit.
Wait.
Shut up.
I thought top 2 get it? Oh my god, hold on. I didn't know.
Yeah. Which is why if 2 of our guys make it, starter battle for finals, because it doesn't freaking matter at that point.
Yo, screw playing We Seal for the damn first place.
It'd be the most awesome moment when like 3 of us make it to top, and then there's one random, and we're just like, oh my god, who's gonna get paired up with the random? But then it wouldn't matter because we all have our invite.
Yeah. It's pretty much who wants the free trip.
I do.
It's true. We're all gonna try to murk the 4th guy.
I want the free trip.
Yeah.
Continental regional.
I just want to have a grade 3 searcher battle in the finals. That's my ultimate goal.
But I'm playing LJ, man. You gotta hit the unicorn.
I'll ride the draw trigger. Ride the draw trigger.
Wait, cut the top 8. Match win percentage. Tiebreakers will be calculated by Bushiroad software. You know, Thomas Martin got screwed over at next level using Bushiroad software.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
He had a higher win percentage than the other guy during a tiebreaker, but then he still didn't make top 4.
No, it's because it calculates how well your opponents do.
Um,
So if the people you beat scrub out, they're not valuable as far as points go.
no, they were in top though.
What happened?
They were in top though.
Like the people that he beat were all in top.
I think like 2 of the 4. He didn't play me, so.
I don't know. But I know that the way their system's supposed to work is that the person with the
They would show the percentage, right?
it's supposed to be like if the people you beat do well, then it helps you. But if the people you beat scrub out, then that just means you got easy wins. So they don't really count for much.
Is that shown on the percentage?
It should be, I think.
Yeah, his percentage was higher.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was really weird. Like we did the thing for it because Celestino was like, oh yeah, if that, then Thomas is guaranteed top. And then he didn't. So it was really strange. So I'm scared of the software.
Yeah, because even at team regionals, it was pretty weird. Because there were like too many X1 teams at the end of it, at the end of Swiss.
Oh wow,
The
runner up.
cuts was around early too.
Yeah, I mean we started like 2 hours behind schedule.
No, 3 hours. I will never forget that.
That's their fault. That's their fault.
I ate my lunch. That crazy little bar, man. It broke my jaw still for like the next 3 days. Thomas knows that struggle.
It's their fault they started so late. No, they kept registration open long. Like
I wanted to
we got a
punch
small
Because
venue.
at 10 they didn't let Simon in. That was also like, you know, they could have started early if they wanted to keep people out.
But no, I feel like they just started going like picking each other's favorites. It was
I
like,
hate that the
there's some-
pre-register line was longer than the need to register line.
But you know, it did move fast, and I did stand there for like half an hour, Tom.
Sorry, yo.
No, that's okay.
That's
All
good.
right.
By the time we were at the front, we were ready.
No,
One of the
I was
biggest-
at the front for like 20 minutes. I kept on
One of
going
the-
back to talk to people in line, and
One of
standing
the
with them
biggest
until they got to the front.
We
Yeah,
shouldn't have got there so early.
the biggest problem. It's funny for like at least the pre-registration, even, like because we had so many people and it took so long. They needed to provide us with, I don't know if it was printable or not, like the deck list, like the sheet to print out. Like they should have put it like mandatory, like right under the registration. Like click this, print the deck, and or type it up and print it out. Because like that honestly took up a lot more time as well. Because they you had to go like. Some people just forgot it. They'd go to the front, they're like, oh, you gotta fill this out, and then you gotta come back on another line that's like in the middle, and I'm like, oh.
No, what was stupid was the ones they told us to print in the email was different than the one we were signing at the place, which was ultra stupid.
Yeah.
Because we were
I mean,
missing.
it didn't really matter. They didn't care.
No, they did. They did.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
They had our whole team redo it.
Yeah, because me and Reese, like Reese was like either he printed one for me or I printed I had one already in the cart, right? Like when I was with Ralph, like the guys from New Jersey when I was with Brandon, and we're just like I'm like, let me write my deck list, and then I'm like, okay, I gotta rewrite this.
It was missing like the grade number or something. You had to write what grade it was.
I have one thing that it's not a serious problem, but I don't like about the deck lists is that we have to write down the rarity of the card.
Oh.
Oh,
my
God.
that is so unnecessary. Like the set number should automatically says what rarity.
Like what if I'm trading during the day and I get an SP? I can't put it in my deck. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
No, I think I remember first year someone got DQ'd because they were using they had like one trial deck Gareth and the other 3 were from the booster pack. He got DQ'd because of that.
That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
was like, holy shit. That is insane. It's not even different. They're both common. Maybe the flavor text is different.
Part of it is that they're picky, and part of it is that they always get irritated because it's the tournament not moving fast. Like they honestly have the wrong TOs to run this thing.
I mean, for Yugi, when you did deck lists, they didn't care about the set number. They just wanted the name, right?
Yeah, they've never
Yeah.
given it.
And like if you go Blackwing on a card, like you can just abbreviate Blackwing the rest of the time.
Yeah, or dot down.
Indicate that it's Blackwing.
They let you do the little arrows in some places. Like you could do the ditto sign.
Yeah, as long as you're clear about what the name is.
Yeah. Huh.
Like you don't have to write Elemental Hero like 15 times.
Unless the name of a card is similar to a different card, then you don't have to do it.
I think in one neutral ground tournament, Paul made a guy write out Elemental Hero every time.
Yeah, Kings made us do that, and Paul used to do Kings, so he made us do it. But I remember another place. It was like, I forgot the rest of Gore's name once. I was like, what is Gore's name? I was like, Gore is the emissary of darkness. I was like, holy shit.
What's the rest of Gore's name? I don't remember. I don't want to put my deck out. I guess I'll just change my deck.
Basically.
No, the struggle was real when I used to play Horde Control. I had to write out Horus the Black Flame Dragon level blah 3 times. I'm like, ugh.
Imagine you got the number wrong. This doesn't exist.
Then like after that it was Jinzo. Fuck, 5 letters. Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why like they're so strict about trivial things. I understand that like rules are rules and shit, but like humans make mistakes, and I don't think that it's fair to like penalize a once a year event over something so trivial that really doesn't like 2 different kinds of Garrett. So if like you write the rarity of a card down wrong or something like that, like that's not worth eliminating something from the game for.
You weren't there last year. Like when they started the thing, they were like, Cardfight players, this is a level B event. What the fuck does that mean? Is this a code blue event?
Code blue.
I was like, what does that even mean? And then they give us.
That means conduct is critical.
And then they give us the Drumbunger promos, and then like some people didn't care. I was like, okay, whatever. And then they're like, you can't have cards that are not part of your deck in a deck box. And I'm like, can I put my Drumbunger in the deck box?
You had to be that guy, didn't you?
Oh, I never care half the time. I'm just like, please, I don't care to DQ me for cards. I was like, get the hell out of here.
A card in a card fight deck box. You're clearly cheating.
I remember in Singapore team regionals, I was like, this is the Musketeer opponent that I killed on turn 4. I was like, do you want to roll for it? No, man. Let's do rock, paper, scissors, because that's what it says in the rulebook. I'm like, you sure you don't want to roll for it? No, man. You can't do that stuff. Like, whoa.
Oh, I had someone that was really cool next to me. Like, I could mean this in sarcastic or not. He had rock, paper, scissors cards. He put them face down, and then he chose one.
Oh, that's pretty cool. They did it in Pokemon.
So there'd never be a tie.
That's what they have on Dueling Network.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the GBA game then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there could never be a tie. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, those are way more convenient than doing the shit.
Yeah, because then you're like, no, you're supposed to go on shoot. No, you don't go on shoot.
I always throw late people, so like I'm just always gonna be.
My favorite thing to do with doing the dice roll to decide who goes first is now I like try to trick shot the dice off of their deck.
What?
Yeah, so like I'll roll the dice like at their deck so it bounces off.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I'll just try to like bounce it so it lands on top. Like something stupid like that.
Oh, I hate you can't have counters.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use anything to mark
That the hell out of me.
and stuff like that.
Well, technically, except like like the counters that Reese got. I think Andrew, you got them from the 5K and the 10K thing.
Yeah, I got one right here. This thing, the Cote one.
I mean,
I use it the whole day.
It's so dumb. Like it's so dumb that they don't have it like accessible here for that. Because that's like a hot commodity of an item that like people would just buy just because like it'd be like as if just buying it.
If you put a character on it, they're gonna love the shit out of it and buy it.
I'm surprised that that just doesn't come in a box or every few packs, or at least like in blisters, or special packs.
Oh yeah, if they put it in boosters like Magic does with tokens.
Yeah, that'd be.
They make counters though that actually show power in Japanese format and stuff like that, and you can get them in English format. Like it's not that tough.
Yeah, this thing.
To get your hands on them, as long as you see, and I have the Raging Form one, but the they make them, so why can't we use them? Like it doesn't make sense.
No, what annoys me is not the plus 5K counters, but like if I were playing Metatron.
Oh God.
And the horses, or like Shuki for Eradicator, they go up by 3s and 2s. How do I mark that?
Honestly, You don't. You just you disagree with your opponent about the pumps, and then you call the judge.
Yeah. Like,
And then you probably win the game.
what are they gonna say? Like, they're gonna be like, oh, he's right or he's right, or like, oh, they're gonna say you're fast playing or some shit, and then you get a warning.
No, they'll probably tell you to either agree on a power or both take a loss.
Yeah, I think in top 8 in Team Angels, Salty McGee was playing as the only great nature player in the world that day.
Yeah, he was.
And he was, of course, complaining about, the power. He said, how am I supposed to count this? And, yeah.
Honestly, though, he makes a good point, though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it was like the only justified whining he was allowed that day.
if people aren't used to it, like Metatron with 2 grade 2 no seals is a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and I know it swings for 23. Do they know it swings for 23? No. Oh, well, like it's really difficult. Like, I would like to use a die, but no, you can't use a die to keep track of something. I was actually talking with Steven the other day, and they said, imagine at regionals they force you to use the life counters for buddy fight.
Ha.
Like, you have to use the little fold-up shit.
I don't care. I'd do it.
I mean, it comes in every trial deck. And as a box topper.
I know, but I think some people have different ways of keeping count. I forget what, or I don't watch buddy fight enough.
They could do dice, they could do a calculator.
Oh yes, they use 2 dice.
Yeah, they could use 2 dice, keep track of yours and your opponents.
But the slippy thing is weird too, because what if it moves and you didn't know?
Yeah.
Like, what if someone just nudges it, because that shit is loose?
They could do pen and paper, which would be the smartest one.
Pen and paper is weird. I remember doing pen and paper for Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I didn't like a calculator, because people can bullshit on calculator. Pen and paper is nice.
I mean, pen and paper is like for Magic, It's pretty much standard when, we play big tournaments.
I like pen and paper.
Yeah.
But for Cardfight, there's no pen and paper. It's just...
No, man, you can't write down your opponent's strat checks. What is this, Magic?
Pokemon?
Chris, were you allowed to do that in Pokemon?
Wait, I'm sorry. What am I allowed to do?
Are you allowed to write down your... if your opponent searches for something and reveals it and doesn't play that turn, are you allowed to write it down?
Yes. Like there is an opportunity to write your stuff down. I know there used to be cards in older formats, like a few years back, where like if you like had a card that looked at your prizes, you had the option to write your prizes down, stuff like that. But like I think like other notes, but there are like certain notes, like if it's something that's been played on the field, it's apparently common knowledge to your opponent. Like your opponent could take a look at the notes. But like it's been like but like something like that's been iffy back and forth, because we're not sure, like, once it's written down, we're not sure if the opponent is allowed to read it, because technically your prizes are like secret knowledge, and that didn't fair if they saw it. But I think other than that, like because usually the judges are like, you have to write it in coherent language. I write my stuff in Morse code half the time, and like no one really cares. I'm just waiting for a judge to really call me out on that. Because I just write down like letters and like numbers. I just write it in one letter, one number. They're like, you have to write it clearly, dude. I'm barely using alphabets and numbers. Are you kidding me?
That's cool. I like that.
But yeah, they do give you a fair option of pen and paper. With note taking, definitely. As long as the opponent as long as the judge says it's okay. Most of the time they do. Because some people do have like memory problems and stuff like that, and they want to make it as fair as possible. Plus, like, the note taking, it speeds up the game faster. As much as people think it takes some time, that like those extra 2 or 3 minutes of writing notes down saves so much more time in the long run.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're allowed to write in Yu-Gi-Oh, you can write, okay, they use Mirror Force, or like, okay, how many turns has it been since they used Mirror Force?
Oh, didn't they, like, after the Mind Crush Trap Dust Shoot thing became popular, they were like, no, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, after, I think it was around the time of Diamond Dude Turbo, they stopped letting you write things down.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, they let us. They still let you bring your own pencil and paper to write your life points down. Like, all you gotta do is like right on the side of it, you just like put these little stars and whatever. Just like, okay, he played this in the Dolce. Okay, he played this track. I was like, okay, I got this. I mean, it's still doable.
I brought up Pokemon because I remember watching World Championships, and like on the game, Like you can write down what Pokemon moves they had or what items they're holding because it's hard to remember that shit on the fly. And I think that's what I like most about it. Like you can take a little notes.
Yeah. Like at least in the TCG, I mean, like the attacks are like right under the Pokemon's like illustration anyway, so it's like that. Yeah, but it's just a matter of like it makes more sense because the higher tournaments now are best of 3, so like it's a good idea for note taking for like early on. So you're just like, okay, he's gone through this many copies of specific cards. Then you just keep it in mind for the next game. But mind you, at the end of that game in best of 3, you throw the paper out, and you have to use a fresh piece of paper in the second game. So stuff like that.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, they try to make sure it's as fair as possible because they're just like, oh, the opponent probably knows his entire deck. That's kind of like, I mean by that point they'll assume they'll assume that you know what your opponent's playing and like you should know how many copies. I mean, most of the Pokemon metagame like that is like once you see a deck, once you see somebody play a specific deck, you can already pinpoint like 40 to 45. You can easily pinpoint 40 to 50 cards in the deck. Like you automatically know how many numbers of specific cards they're playing, at least like a minimum of 3s or 4s, and then you just figure out what attacks or what did they use. So like the only note taking is really just like in case you're like, oh, what did he search for? Like how many copies? Yeah, how many copies and what are my prizes? That's pretty much it. It's normally just the prizes because once a player thoroughly searches their deck anyway, they have like most players I know like just have a really good memory, so they don't really bother with it.
Oh, I know why I wanted to make earlier when Thomas said it, how they have to be so strict about certain things. George said something that's whatever, and it's like, this game is meant for kids, you know. And if you make everything so, robotic, it's really hard for kids to enjoy the game if they go to like a regional.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Bushroad's mainly a company that doesn't care about competitive. They just have the card game stuff for fun. Period.
But these kinds of things aren't fun.
Yeah.
The things that they're trying to impose, it doesn't make the experience fun.
Yeah, the pressure and stress added on, not just because you play the game, but because you're probably fighting against the judges as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they're there to help me. I feel like they're there to fuck me over.
Oh no, it's like contradictory what they set out to do and what they have been doing over here.
Yeah. Like,
It's just odd.
I don't
You know what it is? Like it's like two factors to what makes it so troublesome. One of them is the fact that the majority of the player base had somewhat of a background in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like when we first started, that was always a barrier for like, oh, bad Yu-Gi-Oh! First came to this. Honestly, that's true, and still to this day, I still believe that. Like a good 80-90% of the player base came from Yu-Gi-Oh! So like that's where the competitive edge always stays in the game no matter what. That's what makes it conflicting. Like Bushiroad pushes away from the competitive thing, but in Vanguard, it's actually stronger than other card games because people desperately want that competitiveness and the prize support you get, but we don't get it. And that's what makes it that's what makes it worse.
It's like they want the thing to be casual and fun and not that serious. But the only way that you get any kind of validation from your effort is to get like first or second place, which makes it competitive.
Yeah.
And then like that competitiveness is even at a point like very thin because it's like you can only do like 6 different regionals per year, at least to really show your individual strength, and they're all not easily accessible. Like at least for the East Coast, it's a pain in the butt for us. But like for certain players, they only have maybe a maximum of like 2 regional attempts, unless they're just like they just have a lot of money and just don't really care and just fly around. But yeah, like there's like this game makes it so hard for like any specific notoriety because there's not like any like locals like our version of regionals is like the same as this one, but at a bigger base. Like it's not like how like our regionals is like a Yu-Gi-Oh! YCS, and like our city championships is what like a basic Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals would be. Like we don't have like a lower level of competitive singles like where like that'll get the player base going. We just have like local tournaments and that's about it. Like for the official tournaments, if they had lesser tournaments, or like if they had more tournaments but on a lesser scale, that mattered towards regionals. Like if they had like a point system to qualify for nationals or something like that, rather than just making everybody go to regionals, it's easier. but then it brings up a whole contradictory thing of their whole like not wanting anything competitiveness, which is like brings you back to square one. Like it's just a big blur in the sky.
But if you can't really do a point system, because if you're not willing or able to travel to regionals, then why would you be willing or able to travel to nationals either? So I mean, like that kind of makes sense. Because imagine like there's a community and it's a lot of like little kids that are playing, and the parents aren't going to let them go to California, but you know the one kid wins all the time in his community, so he gets his invite. It's that's not really like fair, you know. No, it kind of makes sense that.
I mean, it's not like it's like I agree with you. It's right, but I mean, like 20 years of like different card games. Like I think like card games at that point they just learn to like accept that. It's always gonna be it's always gonna be the bad thing of a tournament. That's why like Busher doesn't want to do it. But it's like you kind of have to just like you don't have to do it with the younger ones. You could do it with the older division. That would be the easier thing. Like that would be the
They're going to divide the player base up, and I don't think that they favor any kind of divide in player base. Even at New York regionals, they wouldn't let a divide or any kind of favoritism go towards the pre-registered people versus the walk-ons when it came to round zero. Everybody played round zero, even people who pre-registered.
Yeah. I remember. I think you guys were telling me like no. One of our buddies was telling us no Ralph Edwards, who drove me. He had a friend's team, and they were registered. No, the guys we lost to round 3. The guy that I lost to Raging Pro when it was 3. He said a buddy of his. Okay, sorry. That a buddy of his team was registered number 4, and they got knocked out in round 0.
It sucks.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, I feel so bad because he's like his buddy's team was like number 4, and then another team was number 2. They said they got knocked out in round 0. I was like, that stuff happens. It's unfortunate, but can't do anything about it.
My opponents in round 0 came from not Ohio. I think from Ohio. What basically from a state so fucking far away. Like I think they said they traveled 8 hours.
Yeah, same thing. Tom, our team that we played against first in round 0 came from like what? Virginia?
I think so, something like that. They were
Virginia. There was a bunch of Virginia people there.
Yeah, like, it was one of those states where it was a 4-hour drive to get here or something like that.
Yeah, Virginia's like 7 hours from New York.
No, it's 5.5 hours. Well, it depends what part you're in.
Okay, yeah, 5 hours.
5.5 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
5 hours. To travel all the way there, and then you wait 3 hours, and then you get knocked out in 20 minutes. Like,
lol. Well, to be fair, the guy got knocked out because he guarded Descendant, and I got a crit, and he was at 3, so... Yeah.
It doesn't matter how good you are. It's just, you go there, and you get to play for like 20 minutes, you know? It's like Thomas Martin when he... this isn't saying anything bad against him, but when he went to, I think Nebulous, it was a 3-round tournament. He got a bye in the first round, got grade locked twice against me in round 2, and in round 3, someone rage quit, so he didn't play one solid game.
Oh, wow.
And he didn't win anything because he didn't top. So, but he goes all the way there, spends $5 to play one game. You know, and then imagine that on a larger scale. You pay for a hotel, and then you get knocked out round 0.
Yeah.
Man, that's just like that's just a shot. That's just a shot of my card right there, man. That's all that is.
Oh, right. Since Crespo, you were at last year's regionals, right, for singles, or were you not?
Oh yeah, I've been there every singles.
Okay. Thomas and Andrew, you two weren't there, right?
I wasn't even at Singapore one.
I know, that's fine. Okay. So what happened was, I'm assuming this is going to be similar to last year's because it's in a hotel and it's going to be in the ballroom. They're going to split the people up in two.
Red and blue, right?
No, they're going to, red and blue. It's going to be alphabetical.
Oh, they're in pods. Yo, the alphabetical definitely. Oh, I can't stand. I don't understand how they could do that. Because they did that for I think when they did the round 0 they were kind of doing that for like they did that for the round 0 thing.
They did it alphabetical by team.
A and B.
But it was so imbalanced because like the first half was like the first half or the second half like made up 2/3 of the teams, and it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
Alphabetical is really weird, and we were really worried because all of us started with Vongola. So
Yeah, I was freaking out
all the
when we were
V's.
doing the pairings. I was like, we're not playing each other. You know.
Not only were we not playing each other, we all got past round 0. But point aside, it's like, you know, it's gonna be weird because me and Andrew we're stuck in one pod. All the other people are gonna be stuck in their pod, and I don't know.
I mean, this thing happened well, something similar happened in the Singapore regionals I went to, the first one. They did it by registration time. So like,
I like that.
you're standing in the registration line, and then when you sign up, you're assigned a block along with like the people in line with you. So what happened was a whole team registered together. Round 1, they all had to kill each other.
Oh,
That's
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
No,
I
because
found that amusing, you know, but
I like
it's
year
kinda messed up.
one when it's all the pre-registered people just get in one huge line, and then they split you up into blocks like that.
Yeah, they do it randomly.
Yeah,
Right.
year 1 was pretty clean. I like year 1, and sadly, it's actually gone down since then. I like year 1. We got the huge ass convention center. You know, the place was just cold as fuck because it was just all floor and shit. But
it's funny. They spent more money on the first. They spent more money on the tournaments in the first year and a half, and then like they got cheaper with it. I was just like, no, you just get this. You just get the big venue. That's all you need to do.
they got cheaper because they're using what I think everyone, a lot of other people think this, but they use whatever they gain from Cardfight and then put it into Buddy Fight.
Oh, fuck Buddy
I think
Fight.
so too.
And they're trying to make Buddy Fight a thing, but it's like, I think there's only going to be like 80 people, if even, at the regionals.
Less. Like, White Plains had like, what, 40 something? 50 something?
There's different people.
Yeah, so it's gonna be even less than that.
It was literally a tenth of the Vanguard regionals.
Yeah. And Weiss was even worse.
What was Weiss, like 20?
Some of that. And of course, and like, from as soon as I heard Tenyu was going, I'm like, yeah, Tenyu's winning it. And then, yeah, he won.
And you won nationals too.
Yeah, like Weiss has very little fan base. They shouldn't have wasted money. Well,
Well,
okay,
not on the fan base. Like I think it was like they had a small fan base that was willing to go in tournaments. Because it was funny. I was at Rock yesterday, just waiting for a couple friends to show up for like Pokemon. Dude, I saw what's his name? Asian dude's name. Whatever the hell. Yeah. Anyway, like one of these guys was throwing like he had like I saw like he had like a tablet with like a challenge bracket, and so I'm guessing he just threw a tournament just because. I'm guessing they were all bored. There were about 20 to 25 players in Rockefeller Center just playing Watch Force tournament, and I'm just like, we have a player base like that that's willing to just chill with each other, having random free tournaments, but they don't want to go to paid tournaments or willing to travel to regionals.
That's all Vanguard.
It's Vanguard for worth. Like their dedication to that card game is a lot stronger than Vanguard, but no one's like it's about the same as us. Like no one's willing to go that far to travel for the tournament.
Yeah. Vanguard's a little bit worse though because at locals, all we see is the same people over and over.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah. Which
Yeah,
is why
like,
I love Pokemon when I travel. Like there's always gonna be some international players. There's always gonna be players from like another state. Like there are players that come from like Cali, so like arch from cities and states.
Wow.
Like,
Like
you don't get
Tom,
those.
I think you were mentioning this before. You're like, KG, I'll just end up playing against Roman, Gary, and Ray. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played them on Friday. In that order. And I'm like, damn it, Tom.
I always end up pairing with like Amarante or like Darren, or actually I don't think I've gotten paired up with you yet, Andrew. Oh, because when you play, I don't play, and when I don't play, you play, or something weird.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but no, I always pair up with Kelly. I don't know how that happens. I always pair up against Kelly, and I end up losing.
But that's not in tournament.
No, that's in tournament.
Oh no. Or last year, round 1, I paired up against Reese right away. I was like, what the fuck?
Oh, and then you guys got repaired though. That was lucky. You both told me that, and then you both said the exact same things.
Yeah. And then I repaired into Bermuda and I lost because I was great. Oh no. I repaired into someone that couldn't read, and then when the chick actually came, I got Greylock then. I was like, I had the right chain and everything. Why? Why? I had to write a mark into Greylock, into Vivian, into Duke with no Gancelot, and Duke was 10k. I was like, okay, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Wow.
Against Labrador, I'm so dead. I was like, damn it. Yeah, and it was one of those moments where I was like, I could be a bitch and call her out on her sleeves, but that would be such a dick move. Because I know she didn't stack me, but I could be a bitch. Because the sleeves had marks all over them, and I was like, oh my god, I can totally be like one of those people, but I don't want to be.
Whenever you have the temptation to be one of those people and you don't do it, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, case in point, when we went to Phil's for that team tournament, the guy no-guarded a 4-crit Gauntlet Buster because he wasn't fucking paying attention when I did my break ride. And I was like, I don't want to be a dick, you can take it back. YOLO double crit next turn. And he had the nerve to offer me a handshake. I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Yeah.
And then I was playing him in fun games afterwards, and he wasn't paying attention either. Like, he was telling me the wrong numbers for his columns.
Yeah, and his own teammate was calling him out on it after he played column.
Like, that's not right. If you are consciously making the effort and decision to not pay attention, then you deserve to lose for the mistake that you make.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's the question then. If you're playing an opponent, whether you're winning or not, and they do something that Bushiroad would usually call someone out for, would you call a judge over?
Okay,
Depends on what it is.
yeah, like if they trigger check wrong, I don't care. If they put it over their Vanguard, I don't care.
What if they put something down? Alright, what if they play a Berserk Dragon, counterblast 2, point at something, think about it for 2 seconds, and then ask to take it back?
No, you did it. You got to do it. You got to commit to it. If they had if they show me the Berserk, they're about to put it down on their while it's still holding it and put it back, that's fine. They didn't put it down the field. It's like the chess rule. I just know they have a Berserk now. Yeah.
So when you let go is when you declare it's like, okay, you placed it.
Yeah, like when you let go, that means you put it there.
Yeah. Something that happened to me last year was the guy was playing Neonectar, and he played self-damage taker, and then he forgot to put a damage back, and it was like a half a turn later, and I was like, wait, you're supposed to...
Technically, that should be a game loss on his ass.
Yeah, because the game state was like way different.
Yeah. I guess like stuff like that, when you forget and it's your fault, you have to be a man.
Man up and take it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just
the judge let him slide. I was like, wow. I was mad.
I don't know.
I was like, I don't know how I felt about that. I was like, really? I called the judge over. He says, you get a warning, but can you keep playing? I was like, huh? I felt so mad. I was like, that shouldn't happen.
Oh wait, what was the sentence again? It was upper management's inability to pick suitable volunteers, something like that.
Z line?
No, it's my line from my.
Oh yeah, when you were talking about your Singapore shit.
Yeah, like. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's something else. Oh, I'm vowing right now. If you put down 10k against Tempest Bolt and I'm 21, it's going through and you can't take back to 10k.
If I decide to play Blast Bolt, I swing for 11, I'm not gonna say shit.
Yeah. Like, okay, in locals I don't care. It's $5.
Locals is like the CEO shit. Oh, the eternal question about the CEO thing. You swing for 10 or you swing for 14?
Oh, it's continuous.
Mm-hmm.
Swing. It's just.
Guard like a mother. That's what I'm doing. Guard like a mother. You know what CEO did? CEO was like, it made you quintet before quintet was a quintet. You threw tens like for your life depended on it. You just threw them down. Didn't matter.
It's like CEO swings for...
it's like 10 and 18. You're like 18, you're like, oh, 2 to pass. the other 5. No, now you really need 2 defense. Because he's just like, oh, he has 1 card. He's gonna get a jaw trigger. Jaw trigger. I told you, he's gonna get a jaw trigger.
What the hell?
Perfect. It's like, oh, it'll never go up by 4. I only have 1 card in hand. Draw trigger. Ooh.
Not like I knew it was there. Oh, the other thing I vowed to do, if you guard and intercept, and my number hits magic number, yeah, you're dead. It's going through. I'm sorry, like, it's continuous effect. I can't stop it.
If
It's
I
gonna
use
happen.
a 0 card and you're playing Novell and you allow it, it's your fault.
I'll always remember that day. That day was it's carved into my memory.
Wait, what happened?
Andrew, you tell.
Okay, I'm sorry, Reese, for telling this story on live stream.
Tell it. No, tell it. You gotta tell it now.
I know, I'm so sorry, but this was like the first time someone was using Novell in the tournament. He played against Celestino, and Chris G and I are watching. He has Novell, and Celestino guards with 0s. And Celestino goes, 2 to pass? Question mark? And Reese looks at it. It's okay. No trigger. And then Chris and I just like walk away. We blow up. We spun around in circles, going, "What the hell did we just see?" And then yeah, it was. Oh my god! I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
It's like Silent Tom swings for 18. Could trigger the guard. Okay.
I'm like,
How's Silent Tom swinging for 18?
Yo, he's special.
No, you have his Vanguard and Milk as booster.
No, he's boosted by a Luck Bird, and he has a trigger on him. He swings for 18.
Okay, that works.
Oh god.
Or he's boosted
But
by
yeah,
a Little Witch Blue, because that was how you do it back then.
Yeah, that was the story of what happened that day, and that day, oh my god.
I want to do it. No. Wait. Okay, here's what I don't want. Here's what I don't like. Yugi judges don't interfere.
Yeah.
Unless you're gonna spin them. A judge, I remember at team regionals, someone was playing Mordred and they had no counterblast left, so they broke ride. And then a judge was like, "Wait, let me see that card."
Yes, you're correct.
Reading it out loud, going, "You need to counterblast 1 to get the 10,000 effect." And the guy was like, "I know, I wasn't gonna say I gained 10,000." Okay, I was making sure. Oh my god.
God.
Like,
So stupid.
if I were to guard with a 0 against Novell, and the guy said okay, and the judge comes up to me and goes, "Hey, you can't do that," I'll be like, "What the fuck?"
Judge, can I call it Judge on the judge?
Judge, he said I could do it.
He said okay.
Judge, you interfere with the game state. I like to speak with head judge.
Damn.
Judge, you deserve to be banned.
Damn.
Yo. Oh my god. Yo, I'm starting to drift off to sleep. I think I might start heading off to sleep soon.
Okay, it's been like 2 hours and a half. I just want to do one last thing before we sign off.
What's up?
Alright.
Alrighty. So, for whoever's left viewing, there is a grudge match. I don't know if I should do this or not, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There
I
is
don't
a
know
grudge
who that
match.
is like, and I'm sure I know who it's from.
I feel
No,
like I know it too.
No one asked
I
me
know.
to do this, by the way. I just
But
want to do
you
this because it's gonna be the ending's gonna be funny. It's gonna be worth it. Trust me.
Alright, well, I'm turning my camera off.
Okay. So there is a grudge match going on at Team Regionals 2014. Sorry, Singles Regionals. Now then, the advertisement is: are you salty about losing at Regionals? Do you just don't like the Adam Winter person? Do you feel like watching a grudge match? Do you enjoy seeing a weeboo lose? Well, come on down September 13th to West Bama Albany to watch the most intense troll crush ever. This grudge match will be sponsored by... Oh, wait, where is it? Where is it?
Good job.
Alright, this grudge match will be sponsored by the Don't Be a Scrub Foundation.
Damn.
Should have had that preloaded, man.
My bad, it was minimized. I didn't know it was gonna pop up. Oh yeah, okay, we're done. Tom, you wanna bring us home?
Yeah, all right, guys. So keep that in mind if you guys want to see a nice little side event at Albany. Hopefully we can see you guys all there and on some more live streams. If you have any suggestions, feel free to write them down in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and let us know if there's any content that you would like to see from us.
Bye, guys.
Alright, have a good night, guys.
Later.